chose the new...
Jimmy Shane, Home Street Bank, looking good.
He is looking good. He set a course record for qualifying yesterday morning, over 157 miles an hour for Jimmy Shane and Miss Home Street. He may be the favorite this weekend.
And Nate Dave Villock still getting the job done on the Beacon Plumbing, and this guy's been doing it a long time.
Without a doubt, he's the winningest driver of all time, let alone number of heats. I think it's 60-something heats or races he's won. So he's out for Bear. Beacon Plumbing is a great sponsor, and we're looking forward to these guys in the future.
Dave Villock, 68 years old.
It's crazy.
How come you're still not out there, Dave?
Well, no, Dave's racer. I'm not.
Get out of here. All right, Jeff Bernard and a Goodman Real Estate. He looks good too, Mark.
Yep, he is a fast boat. That is one of the Miss Madison boats. He's a teammate of Jimmy Shane's, and he ran very well in some heat racing that we had Saturday afternoon. I wouldn't count Jeff Bernard out. He's a very experienced and savvy driver.
So was J. Michael Kelly, Boitano Holmes, Nate.
Yeah, he's really good. Without a doubt, can drive anything. A couple weeks ago, he was in the Nationals. He won some national hydroplane events with outboards. His son is an awesome racer, and he did really good in the outboards too as well. But he's a definitely guy to watch. He can drive anything under him.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of local drivers, a lot of local racers, a lot of local owners in this sport. Jamie Nielsen, one of those guys. He's driving the old Cannery Furniture Warehouse boat.
And Jamie is a fast shoe, also an excellent baseball player. He actually was drafted by the Kansas City Royals. Look for him to try to get to that inside lane. He doesn't quite have as much speed as some of the other guys, but he also knows how to get around the course and keep some people outside of it.
How important is that inside lane, Nate?
Well, at this race course, it can be very important. Lane 2 is probably the fastest lane. So if you look at who's the white flag just came up, so they're all legal. They just there it looks like J. Michael Kelly's grabbed the inside. Oh, that looks like Bernard's on the inside lane. So he's grabbed the inside. Looks like we've got J. Michael Kelly coming up to grab lane 2.
Jimmy Shane hot-footing it around the south turn. We do want to let our viewers know there is a rule in place. In the 5-minute period before the start, the boats cannot go under 80 miles an hour, and they are checked by telemetry when they get back to the dock after the heat. So they're very careful, because if you go under 80 miles an hour for more than 1 or 2 seconds, you're actually disqualified. You might jump the gun, but you'll be disqualified. So we're about 20 seconds away from the start, and they are a little bit early, Nate, just a little bit early.
They're going to be creeping up to that line. Jimmy Shane looks like he's going to have a wire. Villock's going to have a wire.
Got a lot of speed on the outside. Coming down, start finish line. This is going to be a tremendous race. Tremendous race. Dave Villock was the guy who led them across the line and down to the south turn. But it's Jimmy Shane. Start is going to be under review. It was that close. Shane leads them off the turn, up the backstretch, out of the south turn. It's Jimmy Shane. He is leading. Well, he's leading. J. Michael Kelly is on the inside, and he's only a couple, 3 boat lengths behind. So here's a great race for first place. Jimmy Shane on the outside of J. Michael Kelly in those orange tail feathers.
And Jeff Bernard on the inside, he's in a tough spot right now. They hold him in tight. He's going to have a lot less acceleration coming off the corner. But look at Jeff's holding tight right against the buoys.
Oh, Shane didn't leave him much room at all coming off that turn. J. Michael Kelly in second place, and I don't know where Jeff Bernard is going to go, because his lane just went away. Your leader at the end of lap number 1 is the Miss Home Street, Jimmy Shane. About a 6 or 7 boat length.
He just pushed my
through the south turn just that fast, and off the turn and up the backstretch. It is Jimmy Shane in the lead in the Miss Home Street.
Villock's running around probably about 180 miles an hour in lane 6, but Jamie Nielsen inside of him in the slop is only with about a rooster tail behind him. So it's a good race there from the back. But again, this is a long weekend. All 5 boats are going to be in the finals, so it's kind of a chess match right now.
J. Michael Kelly trying to catch up to Jimmy Shane. Kelly is still a little ways behind, and Shane, listen, they have a lot of room around that north turn. But Shane knows he has got the speed, he has got the boat ride, and he gets the boat up a little bit higher. That boat, when the nose comes up, he's got that canard, and J. Michael Kelly flying the boat as they come across the line to end lap number 2. There's J. Michael Kelly. He got the boat up in the air. He's got a wing on the front of that boat that can help get the boat up through the turn. But then you want to make sure it can fly up the backstretch and down the front straightaway. Jimmy Shane is your leader right now on the race course on lap number 3. There's
J. Michael Kelly's sneaking up on the inside, and he's within ship distance here. If Jimmy Shane messes up this corner, J. Michael can snap it, but I do think Jimmy's in the driver's seat.
Seeing a little more speed from J. Michael Kelly in this race than we saw on the testing and qualifying time trials, and there goes Jimmy Shane right by him on the outside. Everybody apparently is going to run an extra lap.
They all jumped. That's actually okay, because now they can all still race.
Extra laps for the 1, the 9, and the 40. So right now, it is
the 11, the 91.
11 and the 91 who are back markers right now. But look at J. Michael Kelly and Jimmy Shane. They are side by side as they come down to...
Mark, the big story here is it looks like Jeff Bernard is in the lead, if we got that right from the call.
Well, J. Michael Kelly and... they are putting on a whale of a race. You watch these guys fly these boats up the backstretch. Kelly is about 3 boat lengths behind. They have an extra lap to run, but they're still pouring it on. Shane on the outside, Kelly on the inside as they come to the north turn. We are seeing a great boat race. Now Shane gives him a lot of room on the inside. J. Michael Kelly can tighten up. He is a master of the painting the buoys as they come across that exit buoy from the north turn. Down the front straightaway they come. Shane is now pulled out to a little bit more of a lead, but we know that he has got an extra lap to run. So does J. Michael Kelly, and so does Dave Villwock in the U40. Checkered flag coming up, but it won't be for these 2 front-running boats. We'll see if it's Jeff Bernard. Jamie Nielsen as they come off the turn, looking at J. Michael Kelly coming up the backstretch. But your winner is going to be, it looks like Jeff Bernard. We're watching Dave Villwock right now. But it looks like Jeff Bernard because the other 3 jumped the gun. It looks like it will be Jeff Bernard and then Jamie Nielsen. First 2 finishers now. We've got another podium finisher coming. And we'll see that could very well be Jimmy Shane in the Miss Home Street.
This is the kind of stuff I thought might happen because of these guys. It's like the final heat, every heat here this weekend. And
there's Jeff Bernard.
Again, they came up a little bit early. It's only about a 10-second run off the exit. They were there at like 14 seconds. So that's hard to do.
Goodman Real Estate, Jeff Bernard, the U91, one of the 2 Miss Madison racing craft. That was a little older Miss Madison from 2007, the year it was built. Jimmy Shane's from 2018, it was built about 40.
Senior citizens apply for 2020.
So the boats are on their way back to the pit. You thought it might come down to everybody trying to get to the starting line a little ahead of the others, and somebody drew them over.
Yeah, it's one of those things where this is Seafair. It's one of the biggest races of the year. I'd say it's the biggest race of the sponsors here this weekend. So they're all ready to go. They all want to get
of our first heat of match racing here on Saturday at the Home Street Bank Cup at Seafair. Up the backstretch, Jamie Nielsen driving the 11, the Old Cannery Furniture Warehouse. Your teammate, J. Michael Kelly, behind him and to his right. He will stay on the outside.
He will be on the outside in that Boitano Homes boat, but he's going to come with a full head of steam at that start-finish, I guarantee you.
Top end of the race course. Again, the idea, put your boat on the line, full song, with a lot of clean water, and right when the clock strikes 0. Top end of the race course, coming up on 20 seconds until our start. This is where the timing marks are really critical. How long does it take you to get from the exit pin to the start-finish line? Nielsen is at that exit pin right now. Kelly's coming on the outside. We are inside 10 seconds until our start. We're inside 5. We are 4, 3, 2 seconds, 1. Mark, and we are racing here in our first heat of match racing at the Home Street Bank Cup at Seafair, and it's Nielsen with a good start, Corey. He's down there with about a 2-boat length lead.
He has rolling that boat down to that first turn. It's a good start. They got Mike on the outside. Jamie's out front right now. I can see Mike in the rooster tail, but Jamie is leading this race right now.
And it's only a 2-lap shootout, and it is the Old Cannery Furniture Warehouse and Jamie Nielsen on the outside. But you could see J. Michael Kelly coming on the outside. I think we could see him a little bit on the angle now. When they get to the exit pin, they're going to be dead even, and there is Mike with him. Perfect racing here to begin our racing action on the Ted Jones race course. They're going to come down to put the first lap into the book, and it looks like Kelly may have gotten around Nielsen, but Nielsen, Corey, he's got that all-important inside lane.
He's going to make up some ground on that inside lane for sure. J. Michael is flying that boat like you wouldn't believe. He's coming in, about to make his turn at the entrance with Jamie on the inside, but Jamie's not going away, and Jamie will not go away. So let's see what happens when he comes out of this turn. There's Jamie in the lead. There's Mike coming around the corner, so it's going to be a great next lap.
Deck-to-deck racing here to open our show with the H1 Unlimiteds on the water in the match race. This is the final lap. Remember, these are 2-lap shootouts, so they're going to come down and pick up the checkered flag. Kelly now has opened up about 3 or 4 boat lengths at the top end of the race course, but to Corey Peabody's point, Jamie Nielsen is not going to go away. He's going to stay tight to the buoy row and charge to the start-finish line, but it looks like J. Michael Kelly will have enough to hold him off. Kelly driving the Boitano Homes is going to be our first victor in our match racing today. The Old Cannery Furniture Warehouse, the U11, and Jamie Nielsen will come home in second place. Corey, that was awesome.
That was a great first heat. I'm telling you, I bet you anything I can go down there and talk to Mike, and he's going to say he was stressed out beyond belief. Those 2 laps are hard. They're scary. You want the win, but you just want to get that win for your team, but there's not a lot of time to make up, so that was a great heat.
Now, the match race format. We start talking about it a little bit. So, J. Michael Kelly moves on. He moves on to the next round. But Jamie Nielsen is not out of this yet. He gets one more chance in a last chance heat to make it into the final. This is what I like about this format. We get some racing on the water. Gets the blood pumping a little bit. We've already got boats dumped in the water now for our upcoming heat. So the racing continues. Let's put 2 more out there and do it again. I like it.
For me, came at a time that was really pivotal. Becoming a new father, I needed more support. I have an extensive collection of regulatory tools up my sleeve. Meditation.
So they will go down through the lower end of the race course here and up to the top end. Next time they cross start finish line, we'll be racing in our 2-lap shootout format. We are inside 1 minute to the start, 50 seconds. I like where they are, Corey.
Yeah, they're in a perfect spot. Jeff's up there. He's got a little bit of lead on Jimmy. Jimmy's starting to speed it up a little bit, but they'll get up there to about 125 maybe to the entrance. I'm thinking maybe a little bit, maybe 120. We'll see, but they're going to come off that entrance, and then they're going to, let's see where we're at, 125, yeah, 25. They're going to hit that exit, and they're going to be on the throttle.
Coming up on 20 seconds to the start. You heard Corey say he likes where they are. The idea, put your boat on the start-finish line when the clock strikes 0 and have a boatload of boat speed. It's Bernard in 1. It's Shane in 2. We're inside 10 seconds. Want to hit the line at full song inside 5 seconds. We're 3, 2 seconds, 1. Mark and we are racing here in Heat 2 of our shootout. And Corey Peabody, they come down to the lower corner. They're dead even at the entrance bend.
It's been a good start. So Jeff Bernard in lane 1 comes into the turn and comes out of turn 1 in first place. Just going to dump that wing and keep that boat floating. But you can see Jimmy on the outside there. You see that powder blue coming out.
Look at the acceleration of the powder blue home street. Jimmy Shane showing a lot of speed up the backstretch, but he's now not walking away at the top end speed at the top end of the race course. Remember, we only go around twice, and Jeff is right with him. He's about a boat length and a half back. Shane leaving him plenty of room, driving him clean. They come off the top end of the race course. Home Street Bank on the outside. Goodman Real Estate on the inside. They complete lap number 1. There's only one more to go, Corey.
One more to go. Jeff better get, because he needs to go. Jimmy is rolling down that front stretch going into turn 1. We'll see how it comes out of this corner. We can't see with the rooster tail and all the water flying, but Jeff Bernard is still out front right now, so Jimmy's got to make up some ground coming up this backstretch.
And this is the importance of that inside lane we've been talking about. You see the blue air scoop of the home street from our angle here. He's moving out a little bit on Jeff, but it's close. That inside lane is so important and so valuable. Jeff is right with him, just as he was the previous lap. He's about 2, maybe 3 boat lengths back. Now it's going to be pure acceleration up the top end of the court. Bernard paints the buoy in the goal in the Goodman Real Estate, but I think he's going to give it up to Jimmy Shane in the home street. But this one is close, but the victory will go to the U1. The home street, Jimmy Shane, just too much speed, but Corey Peabody, another outstanding 2-boat, 2-lap duel in our shootout.
That was a great race for the Miss Madison team. Both boats did it. They hung it out there. They give a great show for the fans. And what a run by Jeff Bernard. Very impressed. And hopefully he can keep that going and get that win in the match final.
J. Michael Kelly, Boitano Homes, U9, lane 1, lane 2, U40, Beacon Plumbing, Dave Villwalk, coming up on a minute 10 until our start. Three, two, one. Mark, 1 minute. 1 minute. White flag goes up on the race course. Now it's a matter of where do they want to be at the entrance pin this time around and exit pin, and then I know where they want to be when the clock strikes 0.
Yeah, the nice thing about the non-80 mile an hour rule right now is they can slow down as much as they want. It doesn't matter, but you know, if some of these things happen in the 80 mile an hour rule, you threw yourself out of the race before it started. But now they can slow down, they can get up here, and they'll start putting their foot into it here pretty soon, because they should have been at the if they were 80 mile an hour, they would have been at that entrance right there at 30 seconds, and they're there at 20. So you're actually going to get to see a pretty decent start, I believe, when they pop off this exit buoy.
It is time to go. It's Heat 3 of the Showdown 4-man. Boitano Homes and J. Michael Kelly, Beacon Plumbing, and Dave Villwalk. Inside 10 seconds to the start. We are 3 seconds, 2, 1. Mark, it looks like Dave Villwalk's going to get the jump in the U40. Beacon Plumbing getting across the start-finish line first. Got a mighty nice looking boat ride, but Kelly's right with him on the inside. Back about 3 boat lengths, Corey.
It's a good start. It's a legal start, and Dave Villwalk on the outside there showed J. Michael Kelly just what kind of speed he has. He's rolling up that backstretch with Mike on his inside, but man, Dave Villwalk is just flying that boat.
He is flying a boat. He's got about a 3 boat length lead at the 3/4 mark of the backstretch in front of all those boats in the logboat. But you see the importance of that inside lane. Look at Kelly hang right with him. He's back about 2 boat lengths. That is all. Villwalk driving him clean, leaving him plenty of room on the inside lane. Now they're going to put the first one in the book. They get the white flag. There's only 1 more to go. But Dave Villwalk is really rolling, Corey.
Dave is showing what he can do, a 67 win racer right there. So he's on that outside, not letting anything stop him from beating J. Michael Kelly. But Mike with the inside lane is now, I believe he's out in front of Dave right now, but now you see the orange coming from the outside, and then Dave's putting his foot into it. But Mike has a lot of speed from half track to the entrance, so we'll see what happens on this backstretch right here.
Yeah, top end speed looks to be really strong in the U9 to Boitano Homes. J. Michael Kelly trying to run down Dave Villwalk. If he's going to do it, he's going to have to do it at the top end. He is pulled up dead even. They're going to get to the exit pin. Actually, Kelly's going to get there first by about a half a boat length. Going to be acceleration to the finish line. So far, we have seen that Villwalk has had it, and I think he might, but man, they are close. It is too close sure if I have to bet, Corey, I think the Beacon Plumbing and Dave Billwalk was the victor, and he was.
That was a heck of a race.
Holy cow, sorry to jump on that. I'm excited about
Jump
that.
away. Jump away.
Wow.
That was a great heat. That was well driven by both drivers.
What a corner at the top end of the race course by JMK. You mentioned it going up the backstretch that he had great top end speed. He was able to carry that speed into the corner, pull up alongside, and he actually at one point I think had a slight lead over Dave, but it was that darn acceleration out of that 40 that got him to the finish line just ahead of Mike. That was good.
That was a great heat. Way to go, guys.
Yes. We'll see what Jeff Bernard does behind him. Then J. Michael Kelly coming up behind the pack. Anything you look for here, Corey?
I'm just looking at Jamie and thinking he's got it either right at 80 miles an hour, but he's early in my eyes. Jeff's been a good spot. Mike's in the best spot, if you ask me.
But if they stay in these lanes,
well, you see, Jamie, he just went way out, so he's trying to scrub as much speed as he can. So Mike's right on the buoys, and Mike's in the best spot. Even Jeff's going out there, so Mike's looking good.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting up the backstretch. This is that fight for lane piece to the puzzle. We are inside 1 minute to the start. 1 minute, and right now we're down to 50 seconds. 3 boats. We're going to go 2 times around the race course. We're fighting for lanes. First and second place finishers are going to join our field in the winner-take-all final. Up the backstretch now with 39 seconds. Still Jamie out in front of the pack, then Jeff, then Mike. We'll see how they fan out in the lanes when they come down off the top end of the race course.
Jamie was able to do a pretty good job at scrubbing a lot of speed, but he's going to come around that corner, and these guys are going to go blowing by him when at the start because he's pretty early.
But he's going to leave it in lane 1. So Jamie is going to sit in lane number 1, still coming down with 14 seconds. Looks like Jeff's going to run in lane 2. JMK is going to be on the outside. Looking at the watch, we're inside 10 seconds. Here comes the count. Here comes the boat speed. We are 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, 1. Mark. And it's going to be Jeff Bernard with the boat speed from lane 2. He's going to roll by Nielsen. So is J. Michael Kelly. The start is under review, Corey. So we got to monitor the radio, but all 3 have hit the corner together. But Jeff Bernard had a beauty of a start if it was legal.
He was out there. He was up. He was the first one across the line, I believe, but I can't tell from where we are. But Jamie's running a great race there in the lane 1, but Jeff is really pulling away from all these guys.
Yeah, Jeff's pulling away, and you can see J. Michael Kelly on the outside. You can see him through the rooster tail of Jeff Bernard and the Goodman Real Estate. And they have a penalty on the U11. The old Cannery Furniture Warehouse has jumped the gun. The other 2 boats are apparently legal. So it is Jeff Bernard coming down to put 1 in the books. And again, Corey, there's only 1 more to go. This is a 2-lap shootout.
That's right. So right now these guys are going for it. So Jamie jumping the gun, and these 2 are automatically in the final. So they need to make sure they watch their lights and keep their run legal so nobody gets kicked out after the gun jump of Jamie.
So this is the final lap, and if we have the information about the U11, so do our 2 drivers out front, Jeff Bernard and J. Michael Kelly. Remember, both of them would advance to the final should they finish in this order. But right now, it is the Goodman Real Estate and Jeff Bernard by about a rooster tail and a half up the backstretch over J. Michael Kelly running on the outside. He's running a bigger race course than everybody else. Knowing Mike, he's going to give this a valiant effort, but I think also at some point he's just got to say, go ahead, go. I'll take the second place in advance. Here comes your apparent winner of our last chance heat. It is Jeff Bernard in the U91 Goodman Real Estate. Nice boat rate flying it as he comes across start finish. Then it is J. Michael Kelly finishing in second place. Jamie Nielsen will come down and finish in third. We are being told by the officials Jamie does not have to run an extra lap. They're not going to make him take a third lap. So that was the finish right there. The U91 in first place, Goodman Real Estate. Second goes to J. Michael Kelly in the U9. That's the Boitano Homes. And the U11 Old Cannery Furniture Warehouse will come home third. That's on the water. They've still got to go through tech inspection.
There's another part of this, which is the tech truck. So, you know, nothing's official until it's actually official. These, they got to watch their lights, they got to watch their fuel, their N2s, and all that stuff. There's a lot going on in these cockpits of these boats, and it's very stressful when you're trying to run these types of speeds on the rules that we have, and watching the fuel and watching the N2 while you're driving these boats, and also driving around people. It's pretty difficult. Yeah, Dave's cutting the course at 3 minutes 25 seconds. He's going to come in here. He's got to watch out for Jimmy right here. Dave does not have a lane right now until he passes 2 buoys. That's per the rule book. So let's pay attention to that. Right now, where Dave is could be Jimmy's lane until he passes those 2 buoys.
Jimmy's going to continue hard down here to the lower corner. Dave will let him go and stay on an inside line. Meanwhile, coming slowly down the front straightaway, your teammate J. Michael Kelly driving the U9 Boitano Homes, and cutting the course behind him is Jeff Bernard in the 91, the Goodman Real Estate. So looking at the watch here, I got 2:45 to our start.
See Mike coming down here. He's probably going to try and get to the entrance around 2:30, 2:33. It'll be 2:36. So I think he's going to exit probably about 2:21. Jeff Bernard just cut the course, but I think that puts Jeff a little early on my timing marks. Jeff is a little early. I think Jimmy should cut. Oh, there you go. Jimmy's cutting right now. That puts Jimmy in a good spot as well. Dave will probably cut here.
Here comes Dave. He's going to come all the way down.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. So let the drama begin.
Yes.
Still 2 minutes and 5 seconds to our start.
I think Mike's going to get, I think they'll get to, let's see, the entrance up there of 2, about 1:49. Mike will. What does he get? Is that 52, 50? Yeah, he's right there, right about there. So on my timing marks, they're right about where they should be. Jeff's a tick early, but that's okay. If they're cruising around about 85 miles an hour, he has the ability to slow down. But it looks like Mike's jumping into 1 here. He's giving it a squirt.
Here comes Dave, but he's going to come behind everybody. Yeah, right now, oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this could be fun. J. Michael Kelly right now is sitting in lane 1. Jeff Bernard is in 2. Jimmy Shane has slotted himself into home street in lane 3 with Dave Villwalk on the outside. Now watch Jimmy. The door is open, and he is going to walk into and claim lane 2. And Jeff Bernard's going to go way wide and deep into the corner as we approach the 1 minute mark in 2-1 mark. 1 minute.
Yeah, I mean, Mike is a little bit early, but I think he's got enough. I think he's going enough where he can screw up the speed. But Jeff was a little early too. But I don't know if he needed to go that wide. But we're gonna find out.
Going to find out real quick. Your lanes right now, and they establish them at the top end of the race course, but nobody's going to make any moves between here and there. J. Michael Kelly and the Boitano Homes is going to be in lane number 1. Lane number 2 is going to go to Jimmy Shane and the Miss Home Street. Lane 3 is going to go to Dave Villwalk and the U40, the Beacon Plumbing, and on the outside it's going to be Jeff Bernard in the U91, the Goodman Real Estate. On my watch, we got 24 seconds to go until the start. All 4 boats up at the top end of the race course. Kelly's going to come off the pin first. He may have to hold back just a bit. The others may bring a little bit more boat speed. All 4 of them coming up on 10 seconds until the start. You want to be on the line with a lot of boat speed. Coming up on 5 seconds, we are 4, 3, 2, 1, mark, and we are racing in the final heat of our Showdown Series. Jimmy Shane got a good start, but look at the boat speed from Dave Villwalk and the U40, the Beacon Plumbing on the outside, lane 3. Kelly buried on the inside. We'll see who comes out first. You're going to look at Jimmy Shane off to his left, and on the inside is J. Michael Kelly in the Boitano Homes, and somewhere out there is the bright orange of the U40, the Beacon Plumbing. It's a good start, a legal start, Corey.
That's good. You see Jimmy Shane really putting the coals to these guys. He's out there just showing how much power he has. You got J. Michael inside. I can't see Dave, but I'm going to look for his tail. I can see Dave. Him and Mike are about deck to deck with Dave on the outside, but that shows how much speed Dave has. So we're going to come around the corner, and Jimmy's going to just say, I'm going to town, boys, and he is running that boat down this front stretch right now.
Remember, fans, we're going to go 3 times around. Shane with about 3/4 of a rooster tail. Great racing there for second place. Kelly on the inside. Villwalk on the outside is Villwalk by about a boat length and a half over Kelly on the inside, but Villwalk's driving that bigger race course. Kelly having the advantage of being on the inside lane. Shane driving him clean, giving him room in there. Kelly's able to close up in the corners, Corey, but then Jimmy starts legging it out on the straightaway.
He's going to leg it out, and I have a feeling he's going to make Mike pay for being in the lane 1 right here and up here in this turn 2 here. So we're going to see. I'm thinking
Seniors on Medicare rush to claim the allowance benefit card after stores like Walmart.
Did he do it? No.
He's going to keep him honest up there, but he's still giving him plenty of room. Mike is tight to the buoy rope, coming down to pick up a white flag and put one more lap in the books. And Jimmy Shane and his home street will start the final lap. Remember, we go 3 times around, so they are on the final lap, the checkered flag lap. Now, it is Billwalk, opened up a couple of boat lengths on Kelly. But Kelly now, this is where he makes up ground on the inside with that lane position. Dave's running a mighty big race course, but he's carrying a lot of speed, Corey.
He's got a lot of speed. You can see he's pulling ahead of Mike right now. But like you said, he's got that inside lane. Mike does, but Jimmy's got overlap, so he can move over if he wants. We'll see what happens. I was thinking it was going to happen last time around, but it didn't. But Mike sure is getting some rough water in there. It's making it so Dave can keep that thing wound up. But as you can see, Dave's not running away, and Mike's just hanging it in there.
Here we come to pick up a checkered flag. Jimmy Shane driving a U1. The Miss Home Street is going to claim the victory here, at least on the water. Second place, I believe, is going to go to Dave Billwalk in the U40, the Beacon Plumbing. Our angle is not good, but I think Dave Billwalk in the U40 was able to pick up second place on the H1 radio. He did. So our first place finisher on the water, the U1, the Miss Home Street, Jimmy Shane, he was dominant. He had a great start, Corey. And that's the first piece to the puzzle, and he nailed that part.
He did nail it. I don't like how Jeff went out wide on that before that. You know, it happens, but I think he was in an all right spot. But it happens, and tough one for Jeff. But they put on a great show.
They did put on a very good show. So your winner on the water, the U1, the Miss Home Street with Jimmy Shane. Second place will go to Dave Billwalk, driving the U40, the Beacon Plumbing. J. Michael Kelly driving the Boitano Homes. The U9 will come home in third place. And rounding out the 4-boat field, 4 boats started, 4 boats finished. Our fourth place finisher, the U91 Goodman Real Estate, driven by Jeff Bernard.
Jimmy Shane, hot-footing it around the south turn. We do want to let our viewers know there is a rule in place. In the 5-minute period before the start, the boats cannot go under 80 miles an hour, and they are checked by telemetry when they get back to the dock after the heat. So they're very careful, because if you go under 80 miles an hour for more than 1 or 2 seconds, you're actually disqualified. You might jump the gun, but you'll be disqualified. So we're about 20 seconds away from the start, and they are a little bit early, Nate, just a little bit early.
They're going to be creeping up to that line. Jimmy Shane looks like he's going to have it wired. Billwalk's going to have it wired.
Got a lot of speed on the outside. Coming down, start finish line. This is going to be a tremendous race. Tremendous race. Dave Billwalk was the guy who led them across the line and down to the south turn. But it's Jimmy Shane. Start is going to be under review. It was that close. Shane leads him off the turn, up the backstretch, out of south turn. It's Jimmy Shane. He is leading. Well, he's leading. J. Michael Kelly is on the inside, and he's only a couple, 3 boat lengths behind. So here's a great race for first place. Jimmy Shane on the outside of J. Michael Kelly in those orange tail feathers.
And Jeff Bernard on the inside, he's in a tough spot right now. They hold him in tight. He's going to have a lot less acceleration coming off the corner. But look at Jeff's
Shane
holding tight right against the buoys.
Oh, Shane didn't leave him much room at all coming off that turn. J. Michael Kelly in second place, and I don't know where Jeff Bernard is going to go, because his lane just went away. Your leader at the end of lap number 1 is the Miss Home Street, Jimmy Shane, with about a 6 or 7 boat length lead. Through the south turn just that fast, and off the turn and up the backstretch. It is Jimmy Shane in the lead in the Miss Home Street.
Billwalk's running around probably about 180 miles an hour in lane 6, but Jamie Nielsen inside of him in the slop is only with about a rooster tail behind him. So it's a good race there from the back. But again, this is a long weekend. All 5 boats are going to be in the finals, so it's kind of a chess match right now.
J. Michael Kelly trying to catch up to Jimmy Shane. Kelly is still a little ways behind, and Shane, listen, they have a lot of room around that north turn. Shane knows he has got speed, he has got the boat ride, and he gets the boat up a little bit higher under that boat. When the nose comes up, he's got that canard, and J. Michael Kelly flying the boat as they come across the line to end lap number 2. There's J. Michael Kelly. He got the boat up in the air. He's got a wing on the front of that boat that can help get the boat up through the turn. then you want to make sure it can fly up the backstretch and down the front straightaway. Jimmy Shane is your leader right now on the race course on lap number 3. There's
J. Michael Kelly's sneaking up on the inside. He's within shooting distance here. If Jimmy Shane messes up this corner, J. Michael can snap it, but I do think Jimmy's in the driver's seat.
Seeing a little more speed from J. Michael Kelly in this race than we saw on the testing and qualifying time trials. And there goes Jimmy Shane right by him on the outside. Everybody apparently is going to run an extra lap.
They all jumped. That's actually okay, because now they can all still race.
Sure your passion. Here's how to start a boat quote. Just go to progressive.com/
And the 40. So right now it is
The 11, the 91.
11 and the 91 who are back markers right now. But look at J. Michael Kelly and Jimmy Shane. They are side by side as they come down to
Mark, the big story here is it looks like Jeff Bernard is in the lead, if we got that right.
Yo, my bro, check this out real quick. I gotta show you that this game right here that I'm playing, man, my name is actually on it. That's me right there. Yeah, it's for real. It's for real. I'm trying to get it there. I'm trying to get it there. Yeah, that's why I've been doing it. So that's why I've been going so hard on the game, man, because it's there. It's actually there. You know what I'm saying? My name is actually there. And this is the day that I celebrate my pops. So we hydroplaning today, y'all. We hydroplaning big time today. Let's get it. 29 seconds left to the next race.
On the outside, we are coming up on 20 seconds before the start. And already at 20 seconds, Jeff Bernard is off the exit pin at the top end of the race course. Going to be on the inside, but not going to have the boat speed. Now we'll keep an eye on Kelly in 2, Shane in 3, Nielsen in 4. On the outside, it is Dave Villwock. We are inside 10 seconds before the start. We are coming up on 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, mark. And we are racing in Heat 2, presented for Seafair by Beacon Plumbing. The boats roll down to the lower corner, and from lane number 3, it is Jimmy Shane. In the home street, got down there first, but he's got Dave Villwock with him on the outside. There you see Jeff Bernard on the inside. Buried in there somewhere is J. Michael Kelly. The
Start is under review.
It's under review. Take him, Corey.
Good start. So that means that you see the beautiful U1 with Jimmy Shane out front. You see J. Michael Kelly in 2. You see Jeff Bernard in the inside lane. This is going to be tough for Jeff in there, but he's in 3rd, and then you see everybody on the outside. But we got a great race going on here, Brad Luce.
Yeah, we certainly do. Coming off the top end of the race course is going to be Jimmy Shane driving the home street, the U1, and a nice strong run from Jeff Bernard in the 91 Goodwin Real Estate. Each in second place in between boats in 9. The Montano Homes and J. Michael Kelly. Dave Villwock's running an awfully big race course. He is in 4th place. But Corey Peabody, the race is for 2nd place. Kelly Bernard are dead even.
They are dead even. It just Mike needs to be safe in there because he's got 2 teammates on his inside and 1 on his outside. So he needs to hang it in there and get his nose out front. But it looks like he's falling back a little bit. But I have a feeling J. Michael's got some really good mid-shoot speed. So we'll see what happens. But that blue boat is moving out front. And it's really good to see that because what we were thinking about earlier with the orange boat, Dave Villwock, he's really just rolling past everyone.
Yeah, he really is. And Jeff Bernard is really showing me a lot of boat speed here. He's got a nice tight land on the inside point. J. Michael Kelly driving between the boats, as you said. Shane's giving him quite a bit of room on the outside, so he's got some water to play with, but he's definitely driving in a hallway between Bernard and Shane. 2 up, 2 down, 1 to go. This is the white flag lap. You see how important that inside lane can be. Bernard driving a great race in there, Corey.
Bernard is driving a fantastic race. I mean, they must have had a great game plan, and they executed. It is going flawlessly. Jimmy Shane up there is just starting to walk away from this. You know, Jeff Bernard right behind him, J. Michael behind him, Dave Villwock. Jamie Nielsen is coming up the back, but what a great race. 1, 2, 3, 4 boats right in a row on the back.
Yeah, they are spread out a little bit, but they are still within striking distance. Dave Villwock has not given up plans to run down your teammate J. Michael Kelly, but right now it is all Miss Madison racing off the top end of the race course. The checkered flag hangs. It is Jimmy Shane on the outside, Jeff Bernard on the inside, Home Street, Goodman Real Estate, racing from Madison, Indiana, 1-2. J. Michael Kelly, Boitano Holmes will come home in third. Dave Villwalk in fourth, driving the Beacon Plumbing. And coming off the top end of the race course right now, the old Cannery Furniture Warehouse, U11. Jamie Nielsen will come home in fifth, at least on the water. And this one, boy, Dave has come back to the pit area very quickly, wondering if maybe he's got some sort of an issue. He wants somebody to take a quick look at it, or he was on the outside and just wanted to come home.
He was coming in hot. He's ready. He's ready to come home. So he came in there with going pretty fast, took the hard right turn. But congratulations to the Miss Madison team, a 1-2 finish.
Absolutely.
That is great for them and great for their sponsors.
Jeff Bernard.
Right?
He got
Man,
up
it's
there
crazy how
early,
I
thought everybody would,
got this thing to where
kind of gobble him up by the time they got down to turn one.
it's crazy how I got this thing to where I can match up the time with the time on the broadcast. It's tight. It's man, it's tight. That's why I've been trying to work with it. It's a 2D game, but it's so versatile. You can do so much with it.
You might want to watch out for that in the final.
Absolutely.
To actually line it up with the real broadcast. I'm playing the broadcast through my other phone, and I'm timing the game with the phone.
Cut the course and then come down and pick up this exit of 1 at 3 minutes and 50 seconds, and that's just what they did. So now they're on the backside. Jeff Bernard's cutting the course right now. He's looking to get in front of Jamie and J. Michael. Those guys are getting close. So Jeff Bernard just cut the close. That's going to be a close call with the referee because there's some encroachment there, but we're going to see how the referee calls that.
Coming down the front straightaway with inside 3 minutes, coming down to 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Dave Villwalk sitting right now in lane number 1, but lots of time still remaining. Lane number 2 looks like it's Jeff Bernard and the Goodman Real Estate. Then it's the U11, the old Cannery Furniture Warehouse. Jamie Nielsen, not quite sure where he would slot from there. On the outside is J. Michael Kelly in the Boitano Homes. Following the field and trailing the field into the lower end of the race course is that U1 Miss Home Street with Jimmy Shane. 2 minutes and 25 seconds, Corey.
These guys are getting a little excited. They should be at Jimmy's in the best spot, if you ask me. It should have been about a 2:22 exit on that right there. So they're a little early. I think Dave's sucking them up, but you never know. They can cut the course and then cut the course and be back on some marks. But right now, if I was those guys, I'd be slowing down. Jimmy's in a prime spot.
2 minutes and 7 seconds to the start. 4 of our 5 boats are entering the top end of the race course. They will come down across the start-finish line, and if they don't cut, they will come all the way down to the bottom end, and then the next time across, we will be racing for the Home Street Bank Cup and Seafair. Inside 2 minutes now, 150 to the start. Dave Villwalk still hugging the buoy row. I'm going to Jamie go inside. He started to. He hooked a little bit to the left or misjudged where that exit pin was, but he was able to straighten it out. He didn't hit anything. I'm sure he's legal.
Well,
let's go.
Like that, the boats pull themselves around, so it's not easy to go 80 miles an hour. So he's in. There's some slop in there.
We move to Seafair
up together. This is going to be a tough
2023
final.
after
These guys are going to be brutal on each other out here. So we'll see what's going to happen.
Look at Jamie Nielsen. He's just staying just behind, and right now he is inside of Dave Villwalk. Villwalk's in 2. Nielsen's in 1. Villwalk in 2. It is Jeff Bernard in 3. J. Michael Kelly on the outside in the 9. And then coming up behind everybody is Jimmy Shane in the Home Street. The question for the Home Street, he may have the best timing, but where is he going to stuff it, Corey?
He doesn't need to stuff it anywhere. These guys are early, the way I see it. They should have exited that corner at exit of 1 at 55 seconds, and they're just too early. I think Dave's got these guys scared, and they're running right behind him. He's sucking them up. Jimmy is in the best spot out of any boat out there right now, in my opinion.
No, that's fine. And so Jimmy's going to continue to chase them all up to the top end, but he's not trying to come hard. He likes where he is, I think, as well. And it looks like Nielsen has been forced out of lane 1. In fact, it looks like Nielsen may have been pushed out to lane number 3. Still looking at 20-plus seconds. Now, 20 seconds as Dave Villwalk gets to the exit pin. He will start down. Then it's the Goodman Real Estate. Then it's Jamie Nielsen in 3. Then it is J. Michael Kelly. And on the outside, it is Jimmy Shane in the Home Street. Inside 10 seconds now to the start. We are coming up on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark and Corey Peabody, you called it. Jimmy Shane
that backstretch right now. He is playing down a lap, and he's making a statement right now. He's got J. Michael Kelly on his inside, and Dave Bill on his inside, but Jimmy Shane is starting to walk away on this race right now. We're going to see what it comes to this entrance pin here at the turn 2. If these guys are going to leave any room, but this is going to be a great turn right here.
And remember, fans, we go 5 times around. They're coming down to put one in the books with 4 more to go. It is
sick of having issues with your webinars, wasting tons of time on troubleshooting.
You won the Miss Home Street, driving a great big race course, but showing just an incredible amount of speed. One in the books, it is all Home Street down the front straightaway. We got a great race going for second place between J. Michael Kelly in the Boitano Homes and the Beacon Plumbing with Dave Philwalk. We have a 1-lap penalty on the U40 for jumping the start, Corey.
Yeah, he was up there early. They were all early, so they were going slow. And Jimmy Shane hit that start with a ton of steam. So, I mean, it's showing. When that thing's going, it's going to go. And Jimmy is walking away from the U9 right now. But Jeff Bernard's still hanging in there, and so is Jamie. To me, it looks like Jamie's gaining a little ground on Jeff Bernard. But Jimmy Shane is up at the top end of the race course, and he's about to come out of the turn. He's going to extend his lead quite a bit over J. Michael Kelly.
All right, he is going way wide up at the top end, leaving plenty of room, looking for some nice clean water. Jimmy Shane will come down. Oh my goodness! Am I getting this correct? Apparently, Jimmy Shane in the U1 has jumped the start.
Well, that's
and that's why he got it before we did. That's why he went so wide up at the top end of the race course. He knows it. And now your teammate, J. Michael Kelly, in the U9 Boitano Homes, your leader on the water and your leader on the rule book, halfway up the backstretch, 2.5 laps in, 2.5 to go, Corey.
That's great news for that team. They worked real hard to get this boat ready. They've worked real hard all season. You've seen them nothing but backs in the air trying to get that boat faster and faster and faster. And here they are. Their hard work's about to pay off for them. Congratulations to them. They got to keep it clean. They got to keep going. You're still laps down, but there's still laps to go. But this is looking really good for the U9.
Here comes that U9, J. Michael Kelly. He has won here on Lake Washington before. He would love to do it again, this time for Darrell and Vanessa Strong. 3 laps are in the books with 2 to go. J. Michael Kelly driving the Boitano Homes. Got a big lead now. The next boat coming across is Jimmy Shane in the Home Street. He is a lap down. Second place is going to go to Jeff Bernard driving a Goodman Real Estate. And here we are again. 3rd place right now, running on the water. Jamie Nielsen of the 11, the old Cannery Furniture Warehouse.
That's the old boat that could, you know. They keep coming and coming and coming, and they keep getting on the podium. So congratulations. They're just going to keep going. Unfortunately, Dave Billock back here, but this is great for the U9, the Boitano Homes, Lakes Healthcare Northway boat, and really happy for the Goodman boat. They're doing a great job too. So let's get these guys around this race course and bring them home safe.
Here comes J. Michael Kelly. He will come down and pick up the white flag. 1 to go for J. Michael Kelly. You heard Corey saying that he's just got to stay clean, keep the boat on the water, and he can claim victory on Lake Washington. Second place is going to go to Jeff Bernard, and the boats are spread out. We got a big lead for your teammate. Corey, what's going through his mind right now?
He's got to keep it together, you know, just make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. So he's got the lead. You know, he's got plenty of space between him and Jeff. So it's just drive safe. You don't need to be going as fast as you have to. Just get the boat around the corner, stay away from the buoys, and bring that thing home to a victory.
Top end of the race course, the final lap. J. Michael Kelly driving the U9 Boitano Home. He is at the apex. He's just got to negotiate the second half of that corner and bring the boat down across the finish line. The checkered flag flies. It is J. Michael Kelly, winner of the 2022 Home Street Bank Cup at Seafair. And that is a popular win here. A lot of folks hooting and hollering. J. Michael's got to feel terrific. Here comes second place, Jeff Bernard in the Goodman Real Estate. He will finish in second place. Third place, once again, going to go.
Didn't want nothing to do with it.
The old Jackson, Jamie Nielsen, 4 races this year, 4 third-place finishes on the podium.
So happy for them. That's great. That's good for Jamie. I mean, this is great for boat racing, seeing them how hard they work, and it's really paying off. So we'll see these guys come back around one more time, and we'll get to see the celebration on top of the boats as they bring them into the pits.
Absolutely. Coming down to pick up a white flag with 1 more lap to go is Dave Villwalk driving the Beacon Plumbing. And he is just going to methodically put his 6th lap into the book after incurring a 1-lap penalty for jumping the gun. He was a cross-start finish before the clock struck 0. The same can be said for Jimmy Shane. I feel sorry for the young man up there in that home street boat. He had everybody covered, but he hit that line too early, and I'm sure he's just kicking himself in there.
He had him covered, and he was in a great spot. All his timing marks were perfect, but he came across that line a little bit too fast, and that's a tough one. That's a real tough one because the race was his. He just had to burp the throttle or whatever, but tough luck for Jimmy Shane in that home street boat, but congratulations to the Boitano Home 9. That's great for them.
It'll be a big celebration here for them. Watch Mike. He's going to go around that white insurance marker. He's done it all weekend when he comes back. It's like his little mark to come back to the pit area. And you know, Corey, we got the message about Jimmy Shane jumping the clock pretty much as he came across the complete lap number 2, but just prior to that, he had gone way wide up at the top end of the race course. Clearly, he had already received the message.
Yeah, that's good sportsmanship on his behalf to slide out like that to make sure there's room, and we really like that for Jimmy. But I see Boitano right below me right here. I'd like to congratulate you on your victory. That's Daryl Strong, my owner, for the U9 and the U8, and I believe this is Boitano's first win, if I'm not sure. Oh, congratulations to them. Congratulations for the support, and this is great for them.
Boy, I'll tell you what, this has been quite the victory tour for Daryl Strong. You've had a big part in that over the last year, starting with the Tri-Cities, actually starting all the way back in Guntersville last year. Mike is back to the dock. Mike is climbing out of the cockpit. You're going to get up on the air scoop. Of course he is. He stands on top of the cockpit. J. Michael Kelly, he's done this before. He knows the drill, but as you said, it never gets old.
It never gets old. It's great to see his dad there to give him a big hug after he gets off the boat. This is a family sport for them, and his family's all here. This is wonderful. What a great time.
And we must caution all of our viewers, everybody that's here.
Now I'm a. Well, no, I'll just wait.
Never gets old. It's great to see his dad there to give him a big hug after he gets off the boat. This is a family sport for them, and his family's all here.
A few of those guys were up there a little early, but man, just so thankful to give these guys a win.
I've been interviewing you for a long time. I don't think I've ever seen you so emotional after a victory like this. Well, why is this one hitting you so hard? Is it coming out of a couple years of COVID, of not having seafarers? I saw you hugging loved ones as soon as you got out of the hydro. Is it a lot of things coming to fruition here?
It's good to be home. Really missed this race. This is the race that I grew up watching, and not having it the last few years has been tough. And it's amazing just to going down the logboom, see how many boats are out there, and all the people in the stands and walking through the pits. You can tell like a lot of them are excited to have us back, and man, it's just so cool.
And we heard so much about Jimmy Shane and the Mitch Holmes Street. It was the rocket. It was the boat to beat. And you came into this. We talked before the race, and I saw that in your eyes. I was going to get in that inside lane, and you came down the start.
Now I'm gonna show you guys. Watch this. See this? See my guy right there getting out the boat? You see him getting out the boat? Yeah. Watch this. Watch this. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Big Mike. Watch this. I think I still got it in here. I think I still got it in here. I think I do. I think I do. Maybe I don't. Well, this is after the last one. You guys probably can't even see that. Jay and Rick, there we go. I just gotta change, put that picture back up on it. Yeah, there we go. That's me and my guy right there after we won the last race this past year. Yeah. Yeah, that's after, yeah. That's where we be at, y'all. We be right there. We be right there. That's me and my guy after this last year's race. I gotta fix it though. Look, see, I gotta fix it. You guys aren't even getting the full picture. I gotta fix it. 1 second. There you go. Gold Cup. The longest reigning motorsports trophy in the world is what he won that day. And your boy was able to, and he pulled me in for this picture right here. I didn't ask for this at all. Mike did this. He saw me and he grabbed my flag and did, man, that's my guy, man. That's my guy. That's my guy right there. Yeah. We be right there, y'all. We be right there. Like, for real. We be right there. Um, 2020. We're gonna take a small quick break. Small quick break, cause I don't wanna lose nothing. Small quick break, y'all. What is this? What is this? Oh, that's right. I forgot I had it. That's my guy right there, Big J Mike. quick break. My settings at. Yeah, that's probably one of the sickest videos that I've seen. That you can, you know, that you can just go and watch. I slow it down on purpose, just so you guys can see. It's 200 miles an hour on water, y'all. 200 miles an hour. 200. I slowed it down for y'all, man, so you guys can see what's going on. So you guys can actually see that the boats are really not on the water. Try to slow it down some more so you guys can really see how it really is. Off the water. Off the water. Off the water. Y'all check that out, man. right, y'all ready?
Mark, 5 minutes to the start of our Heat 1A, our H1 Unlimited hydroplanes. The fastest race boats in the world can now come out on the race course. The first boat away from the pit area is the U91, the Goodman Real Estate. So that was the 5-minute mark, and it is time to go racing. Let's run down the boats that will be in our Heat 1A. The U1, it is predominantly blue and white. It is the Miss Home Street. It is driven by Dylan Runny. He is a rookie, but he is a good one. He's going to be joined by the bright red Beacon Electric U8, driven by J. Michael Kelly. J. Michael Kelly's teammate Corey Peabody drives the U9. It's predominantly white. It is the Beacon Plumbing. And rounding out our 4-boat field in our Heat 1A is the white trimmed in black and gold Goodman Real Estate. It's U91. It is driven by Andrew Tate. Our boats can cut the race course. I'm expecting we're going to see some of that happen here very quickly. But before we get to that, as J. Michael Kelly is going to cut across the race course, the start of our Heat 1A is just a few minutes away, and Seafair reminds you that for your own safety and the safety of those around you, everyone must be out of the water when the hydros are on the Ted Jones race course. So it is time to get out of the water and enjoy the fastest race boats in the world. John Walters, I made a comment that I expected a couple of the boats to cut the race course. They all did.
Yeah, the race started the minute they pushed the button to leave the dock there, and you can see they're all running fairly close together. The start is huge here. These are only 3-lap preliminary races, so if somebody gets a jump on you, it's tough, as fast as all these boats are, you'll make up that difference and make up that distance. And you're going to see guys that want to have the inside lane. They're going to try to drag guys up there early so that they can, maybe get them to jump the gun or make a mistake. You have to maintain a minimum speed of 80 miles per hour. That's kind of a judgment call now, and as Dylan cuts across the infield here to try and pick up that inside lane as everybody else is coming down the front straightaway here. So it's going to be a battle from the very beginning. Just like we said, this is a heavyweight championship, but it's going to be 4 different fighters.
Yeah, this is going to be good. So we're coming up on 2 minutes and 40 seconds. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Again, for those of you that have never seen this before, we're not racing yet. That doesn't mean we're not in the middle of a competition right now. Watch J. Michael Kelly. Is he going to make a move? I thought maybe he might jump across to the backstretch, but no, that would have been a legal maneuver, but he did not. He went all the way down to the bottom of the race course as we approach 2 minutes and 20 seconds, 2:20 until the start. Remember, our boats do not have assigned lanes. They are jockeying for position. So wherever somebody is on the course right now, that may be where they want to be. It may not be where they want to be. As John was talking earlier, you've got to have a plan B, C, and sometimes D when you get out on the race course. We will begin our 3-lap preliminary Heat 1A in 1 minute and 50 seconds. John, they're all up at the top end of the race course. Dylan Runny's going to come off first.
Yeah, the way this race course is set up, at the 1-minute gun, you want to be between, about the apex of turn 1 here and the exit pin. It's a short run down that back straightaway, especially as fast as these guys go. So you're going to see everybody try to get down there, and like you mentioned, you're either at where the spot you want to be on the race course or where you would think you want the competition to think you want to be there. So a lot of this is just head games, and a lot of it's playing the game.
And another piece to this puzzle that we talked about earlier, but not yet during this heat, the boats cannot drop below 80 miles per hour. So that really affects how you fight for these positions. You can't just go park in a lane at the top end of the race course. You have to maintain at least 80 miles an hour. That will be determined by the officials when we finish the heat, and the boats come back to the pit area and they look at the data recorder. So now inside 1 minute, they were pretty much where you were talking about, John, and right now it looks as though Dylan Runny and the U1, the Miss Home Street, is going to sit in lane number 1 up the backstretch. That's going to be his teammate Andrew Tate sitting in 2, lane 3. Looks like Corey Peabody, but we're going to watch where J. Michael Kelly might slot. He's coming up behind the boats, and we are inside 35 seconds. John, they're at the top end. We're going to be racing here inside 25 seconds.
Yeah, they're all in pretty good shape. Dylan may be a little bit early, and you saw J. Michael Kelly last week, get up there too early, and he had to make a decision. Do I jump the gun, or do I get disqualified? If you jump the gun, at least you get to continue to race. It's about 7 seconds off the exit pin, and here they come.
Inside 10 seconds now. They come down to the start. It is Runny in 1. It is Tate in 2. It's Peabody in 3. On the outside, J. Michael Kelly. We are 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Mark, it looks to be legal from here. We'll call them as they are on the water. And John Walters said that Dylan Runny didn't bring a lot of boat speed down as he was early. He's going to trail the field into turn 1. Our leader on the outside is J. Michael Kelly, but he's already been passed to the left of him on the inside. By that is going to be Corey Peabody in the Beacon Plumbing, and inside of him it is Andrew Tate. It is Tate. It is Peabody up the backstretch. Halfway through, Peabody on the outside. He's up by about 3 boat lengths. But now, John, it's that inside lane position that Andrew's got at the top end.
Yeah, Corey's really in the best position here because he can control, how wide and how early, they get into the turn there. So he's going to try to hold and maintain that radius around there as they start down the straightaway towards the start-finish line at the end of lap 1.
A boat that's showing me an awful lot of speed right now is J. Michael Kelly because he's staying in the mix here, and he's running the biggest race course on the far outside. Our 4th place boat across the line is Dylan Runny in the Home Street now. Down to the lower end of the race course, it is still Corey Peabody. He's running in lane number 2. He's holding Andrew Tate to a nice tight line on the inside. He's driving him legal, John. He's giving him enough room, but he's not giving him any more.
Yeah, he's not giving him any extra, and he knows exactly where he's at. He's got spotters that are telling him he can see the race course himself very well, and he knows as long as he can pinch, Andrew in that first turn there, that he's going to have to come off the throttle to maintain his boat speed so he doesn't slide out into that rooster tail. So he's actually controlling the first turn, even though he's not in the first lane.
I've been making the comment all weekend long that nobody has solved the Corey Peabody puzzle, and once again he's out almost by a rooster tail. J. Michael Kelly on the far outside has got his sight set on Andrew Tate, but that's going to be a tall order as the boats go down to the bottom end of the race course for the 3rd and final time. Our leader off the exit pin, Corey Peabody, got almost a full rooster tail now on Andrew Tate on the inside. Tate, our top qualifier. Our Beacon Plumbing with Corey Peabody was our 3rd fastest qualifier, but John Walters, they've got a good race setup, and he's walking away from our top qualifier up the backstretch.
They've got an excellent race setup. The water was good. Corey did a really good job, and like I mentioned earlier, lane 2 is the place you want to be here. This is a big, wide race course with big turns, and boy, you get on any farther outside than that, and it's a long, long ways around these turns, but Corey was in a position to control that first turn and really put him in a position to win.
Checkered flag flies. Corey Peabody in the U9. Beacon Plumbing 2nd place is going to go to our top qualifier, Andrew Tate, U91 Goodman Real Estate. Then it's J. Michael Kelly in 3rd, driving the 8. That is the Beacon Electric. And the man who was a little bit early at the start, and you saw how it can cost him, Dylan Runny in the U1, the Miss Home Street. You talked about it, John. You said maybe Dylan was early. He came off the corner. The other guys were behind him, got to put the foot down. They brought the momentum to the line, and unfortunately, as you said prior to the heat, you can't let these guys get the jump on you because they're just too quick. You'll never catch them in 3 laps.
Exactly. And in the old days, you used to be able to sneak up there a little bit early, and you could back off the throttle. You could, use up some extra time going wide in the turns or whatever. But if you drop below 80 miles an hour, you're going to get penalized now. So you put yourself in a real tough position. You want to get up there and put yourself in a good spot to be able to get the lane that you want without having to forfeit the boat speed. And Corey did just a great job, kept the boat in good, clean water. J. Michael did a great job keeping the boat in good, clean water. Unfortunately, that effort that Dylan put on to try and get the inside lane cost him boat position. So that was a real tough thing for him to have to deal with. And short 2-mile race course here, as fast as these boats are, the chances of driving around these guys on the outside are not good.
We're using QuickBooks for a lot more than accounting.
Well, I need...
5 minutes. That is the 5-minute mark, and it is time to go racing at the 2023 Home Street Bank Cup and APBA Gold Cup. Here's who will be racing once again in our Heat 1B. It'll be boat number 11. It is the Legend Yacht Transport, presented by the Old Cannery Furniture Warehouse, driven by Jamie Nielsen. It is Chartreuse Royal Blue. It is trimmed in red. Going to be joined on the race course by the predominantly red, trimmed in black and silver U12, the Graham Trucking. Rookie Bobby King will be behind the wheel of that one. Bobby will be starting on the front row. He is fully qualified. Then you've got the U40, the boat John was talking about, that he thinks he may have everybody covered in top end speed. That's not everything, but it's a lot. Dustin Eccles will drive that beautiful blue and yellow hydroplane. It's the U40, the flavor pack. Then we have our qualifying driver, Gunnar O'Farrell, driving the U60, the Beast Unleashed. Presents Miss Thriftway. He's got to start on the outside of the field, and he's got to start 5 seconds behind the clock. So we are just a few minutes, in fact 3 minutes and 45 seconds away from the beginning of our Heat 1B, and Seafair reminds you that for your own safety and the safety of those around you, everyone must be out of the water when the hydros are on the Ted Jones racecourse. It's time to get out of the water and enjoy the world's fastest race boats. John, I was checking that little blurb. I had to read about the safety aspect. I'm looking at the race course. It looks as though maybe one boat cut.
Yeah, Dustin Eccles cut in the flavor pack just past the start-finish line on the backstretch to the front stretch as they came down. Everybody started on that side of the race course, so it was real short to get to the race course, with the exception of Gunnar. He's over here on the lagoon side, so he had to drive all the way around, which works out just fine for him, because as you mentioned, he'll have to start on the outside lane in 5 seconds off the clock. Now, that's important, the off the clock part, because some of these guys, if they have a problem, they could be off the clock themselves, 3 or 4 seconds. He doesn't have to be 5 seconds behind them, but 5 per second after the clock strikes 0.
And we just had an interesting maneuver, because Dustin Eccles cut the race course again a second time, but as he came out of the infield and re-entered the race course on the front straightaway, it was made very clear last night at the drivers' meeting, if you come from that infield, as we're watching Bobby King do right here on the front straightaway, when you do that, you have no right-of-way. The boats behind you, coming up behind you, have the right-of-way, but it worked out well for Dustin Eccles, because he was way in front of Jamie Nielsen, and he made sure to give his boat a squirt, so he got away, so there was no interference with a boat that was already on the race course, that being Jamie Nielsen in the Legend Yacht Transport, presented by the Old Cannery Furniture Warehouse. Up the backstretch with 155 until the start. Dustin Eccles is up there first. He might be a little bit early. John, you were saying he wanted to be down here at the lower end at a minute. Remember, he can't just slow the boat down. He's got to stay above 80 miles per hour.
Got to stay above 80 miles per hour, maintain a planing attitude. And you want to be about the apex to the exit pin when the 1-minute gun goes off. Now, you've already heard and seen some jockeying going on. If you hear that popping and banging out there, that's a compressor stall where the bleed band is locked closed, and it's getting down to a point where the bleed band is closing and the fuel control gets unhappy and the compressor stalls. Dustin's a little bit early there. If he backs off the throttle here, he risks going under 80 miles an hour and could be penalized a lap or even disqualified. So as we're getting for the countdown for the 1-minute gun right now.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 mark. I think Dustin's going to be okay. He went deep into that corner to scruff off a little bit of time. Now he can swing it back into an inside lane. The boats don't determine their final lane until the entrance pin of the upper corner up by the bridge. So they could still see a lane change at this point, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think that's the way they're going to come to the line. Dustin Eccles in the U40, the flavor pack, is going to sit in lane number 1. Lane number 2 is going to go to Jamie Nielsen. That is in the Legend Yacht Transport. That is the Chartreuse and Royal Blue. Then it is going to be Bobby King in the red trimmed in black Graham Trucking to U12. We'll have Gunnar O'Farrell on the far outside, trailing the field, coming to the line. We are inside 20 seconds until the start. Watch the boats fan out on the top end of the race course, and then a run down to turn number 1. And we are inside 10 seconds. Now look at Bobby King. He's got speed, bringing it to the line. Is he too early? We are 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 mark. Boats are across the line. Bobby King appears to have a good start, and it is a legal start. It is legal. Bobby King, the rookie, going to take him down to the lower end of the race course, but he's got Jamie Nielsen with him, and also now Nielsen takes over the lead on the inside. Off the corner, coming up the backstretch, Jamie Nielsen, U11 Legend Yacht Transport looking strong. Again, another good start for Jamie Nielsen, John, as they go up the top end of the race course, but he's got company in Bobby King.
Yeah, Jamie made a really good start up there, and when Dustin got up there a little bit early, he had to slide out wide just a little bit, and Jamie slid inside of him there, got the #1 lane. So, like I say, I think that Flavor Pack boat's got a little top end on everybody here. Jamie was able to, reel in Bobby there, and then the 12 as they got down there, and boy, they've got a real good race going here as they go to the first turn at the end of the first lap.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 down to the bottom end of the race course. It is Jamie Nielsen in lane #1. Bobby King with a good start and a lot of boat speed is sitting in lane #2. He is in position #2. And then keep an eye on Dustin Eccles. You said he had top end on everybody. He might, and he's going to try and use it, and he's got his sights set on Bobby King. The race may be for second place, but I'll tell you what, Jamie Nielsen cannot relax. He's got a right side rear view mirror that is full of the rookie Bobby King. Graham Trucking running very strong up the backstretch. We are in the middle of lap #2. Still anybody's race up at the top end. Where is Gunnar O'Farrell? There he is. He's halfway up the backstretch. So O'Farrell is still running in 4th place. Jamie Nielsen's going to come down and put 2 in the books, and that is going to be in 1st place. But look at the run for 2nd place. Here comes Dustin Eccles on the outside. The Flavor Pack, he flies the 40 as he drives around Bobby King on the outside. But King's going to have lane position on the inside. This corner's going to be very interesting for our 2nd place battle. It is the Flavor Pack, U40 Dustin Eccles. He has now taken over 2nd place. He's holding Bobby King in tight, but our leader with a full 2 rooster tails over those 2 boats remains Jamie Nielsen. Legend Yacht Transport presents the Old Cannery Furniture Warehouses at the top end of the course and looking strong. Don't count out Bobby King. He's still got lane position up here, and Dustin Eccles is going to have to drive a great big race course to go outside the wake of Jamie Nielsen. But coming down to pick up a checkered flag here, at least unofficially in our Heat 1B, Jamie Nielsen, U11 Legend Yacht Transport. 2nd place is going to go to Dustin Eccles in the Flavor Pack. 3rd place to Bobby King in the Graham Trucking, the U12. And coming off the top end of the race course in the U60, the Beast Unleashed presents Smith Thriftway rookie Gunnar O'Farrell.
General gives you a break when you need it.
That was an interesting start sequence because we're getting some really good examples of coming to the line too early, having to pull your foot out, lose a little boat speed, etc. And we can see how it can cost you. But I was impressed with the rookie Bobby King. He put that 12 across the line first. There were others with more boat speed, that being Jamie Nielsen. And Jamie Nielsen's just been doing that all year long.
Jamie's been doing that all year long, you're right. Even last year he was making really good starts and getting the inside lane most places when he put his mind to doing it. He put himself in a position, and kind of the same thing happened in this heat that we saw in the first heat. Somebody made a move, made a commitment to get up there and get that inside lane. In order to do that, they had to get there just a little bit early. And the minute that you have to back off or change lanes to keep from jumping the gun or stay above that 80-mile-per-hour mark, you become very vulnerable. Dustin ended up getting himself up there just a smidgen early, and Jamie saw that move to the inside, made a great start, and was able to hold everybody else off for a lap. So an excellent heat of racing, and I think the best is yet to come. Everybody wants to win these heats if they can. They're not willing to, they're not going all in yet. They're not risking the bank on it, and we'll end up seeing that they made some changes. They learned a little bit about the race course. I'm not sure what the weather's supposed to do tomorrow, but that'll play a big factor as well. We've got another set of set of heats here this afternoon. The water typically gets rougher as the day goes on, and with the things that they learned here, all the stuff that they've got, in their notebook and on the computer there, the next set of heats I think are going to be just as good as these.
Should be a good one. We're coming up on 4 minutes until the start of our Heat 2A, and Seafair reminds you that for your own safety and the safety of those around you, everyone must be out of the water when the hydros are on the Ted Jones race course. So now it's time to get out of the water and enjoy the world's fastest race boats. J. Michael Kelly cuts the course from back to front, a legal maneuver. There's another cut right there. Johnny jumped right back over to the backstretch again. A legal maneuver by J. Michael Kelly.
Yeah, I think JMK is looking over there and he sees Jamie coming up on the inside lane, and Jamie's been really good at getting that inside lane and making great starts. So I think J. Michael knows he needs to have the inside lane here in order to win, and so he's not going to let Jamie get too far ahead there. I think he's just going to pace him here, and you'll see a real battle there.
Down to the lower end of the race course, Dustin Eccles driving a Flavor Pack, and boy, did he go deep into that lower corner. Watching the clock, everybody is. Remember, for those of you who are new or may not remember from this morning, the lanes are not assigned when they leave the pit area. They are fighting for those lanes, and this is what we call the milling period. John Walters sometimes referred to as the race before the race.
It definitely is the race before the race, and like I say, I think that you're seeing one going on here right now with Jamie Nielsen and J. Michael Kelly. J. Michael's working real hard to move over and take that inside lane. He's just kind of pacing him behind there, and now you see Dustin, cutting across the infield here, looking to get into that the hunt for that inside lane as well. So right now they're all in really good shape. Like we talked about in the earlier heats, you want to be about the apex to the exit pin of the first turn there when the 1 minute gun goes off, and then you can cruise down the back straightaway, and it's only about a 7-second run from the exit pin to the starting line.
And you were talking about J. Michael Kelly and Dustin Eccles maybe trying to find a way inside of Jamie Nielsen. Meanwhile, radio personnel to Jamie Nielsen are saying, don't move, don't, oh, look at this, look at Andrew Tate. He's going to jump over to the backstretch now. Andrew does not have a right-of-way here. He's got to be careful. And J. Michael Kelly went right through the rooster tail of Andrew Tate. And I'm telling you right now, the officials are going to take a look at that one. The boat that is on the straightaway has the right-of-way. J. Michael Kelly had the right-of-way there, and it is going to be a question about Andrew Tate. A boat entering the course from the infield does not have the right-of-way. I'm sure the officials are going to take a look at that. We'll call them the way they are on the water. And at the top end of the race course, it is Jamie Nielsen. He is right now in lane number 1. Kelly is in 2. It is Andrew Tate in lane number 3. Watch him come off the top end of the race course. But we're still a minute 30, still a minute 35, John, until our start. So they got to go all the way down and around again.
Yeah, they're going to cruise down here, staying above that 80-mile-per-hour minimum, trying to establish and hold these lanes. Like I say, if they can get down to the first turn here about the apex when the 1 minute gun goes off, they'll be in great shape. You'll see them accelerate and start up the turn. Now, they can still change lanes until they get to the score-up buoy here, which is the entrance pin of the second turn.
Up at the top end of the race course by the floating bridge. So you've called it about 1 minute. They want to be down at the apex of the lower corner. That's where they are right now with 2-1 mark, 1 minute. And it is Jamie Nielsen sitting in lane number 1. He is in the Legend Yacht Transport. Then it is J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. That's a red boat in lane 2. Coming up behind them is the predominantly white boat, the Goodman Real Estate, with Andrew Tate. And it looks like making a charge on the outside is going to be Dustin Eccles in the U40, the Flavor Pack, 37 seconds. John, as they go up the backstretch.
Yeah, they're all in pretty good shape right here. Actually, from J. Michael K back, they're in excellent shape, and you can see they're going to start accelerating, getting after the power here. They're going to have a little bit of a speed advantage by the time they get to Jamie up there, but he's still in control of this field right now.
Jamie Nielsen is in 1. Kelly is in 2. Tate is in 3. Eccles is on the outside. They are at the exit pin of the corner at 11 seconds. So they're going to have to hold back here just a little bit. We are inside 10 seconds. Now they start to come up on the power curve. Going to be a pretty start. We are 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Mark, and we are racing in Heat 2A. The start appeared to be good, but we'll monitor the radio, and it is going to be Andrew Tate and J. Michael Kelly that are going to get down here first, and they are literally side by side. But once again, Jamie Nielsen with the lane position on the outside. They're going to come off the corner 3 wide. The start is under review. We'll keep an ear to the radio. Look at them, 3 wide down the backstretch. And now J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric starts to move out a little bit on Jamie Nielsen, but he's bringing Andrew Tate with him. The two of them are tied together as they get to the top end of the race course and enter into turn number 2. Nielsen with the lane position on the inside, but boy, John, we got a barn burner on the outside.
Yeah, we absolutely do, and Jamie's got the inside lane, but he's really having to watch himself as the other two boats have got overlap now, and they're starting to put the pinch on him, hoping he'll have to back off the throttle, and then they'll give them a clear advantage to move over to that inside lane.
One lap in the books with 2 more to go. It was J. Michael Kelly by about a boat length and a half, but now Tate has closed that up. He's basically pulled up alongside Mike. The two of them are going to come off the lower corner virtually side by side. Looks like one boat, but now we see a little bit of white. We can see Andrew Tate, Goodman Real Estate, Beacon Electric tied together up the backstretch, and watch on the outside. Dustin Eccles in the flavor pack. He's not being lost. He was in 4th place. He has now moved past Jamie Nielsen as they get to the top end of the race course. Dustin Eccles driving a mighty big race course, but our leaders still tied together as they come down to put 2 in the books, John.
Yeah, as they come down this straightaway here, J. Michael Kelly's got the catbird seat. He's, the inside lane, even though he's not in lane number 1, but he's able to, keep Andrew on his hip right there and really control the race course. The boat is accelerating good. They got great boat ride.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Andrew Tate really flew the 91 as he got down to the corner. Kelly's going to come out first. Now he's opened up a little bit of water on Andrew Tate, making about 4 or 5 boat lengths. I'm telling you, Dustin Eccles not going away in 3rd, but I don't think he's going to have enough time to run down Andrew Tate. J. Michael Kelly, you heard John Walters say he is in the catbird seat. He's sitting on an inside lane. He's just got to negotiate this north turn, come through clean, come down, and he will pick up a checkered flag and an apparent 400 big points, and that's going to be huge in the national high point standings. We'll get to that later. Here they come, top of the course, come down to put 3 up and 3 down. Checkered flag flies. It is J. Michael Kelly in the Beacon Electric. He will finish first. Andrew Tate will come across in 2nd place. A hard-charging Dustin Eccles will come across in the U40, the flavor pack. And Jamie Nielsen, he will come down and finish in 4th place. He had that lane on the inside, but boy, it didn't take long for Kelly and Tate to move out on him, and like you say, then it got tight in there for Jamie, and they were holding him on that inside lane, and it's just tough to do.
It is tough to do, and even Dustin, he appears to have top end on everybody here, but this is a big race course, and you're on lane 3 or 4 like that, with only 3 laps to accomplish it in, it's difficult to drive by him. And typically, when you've got top end on everybody, you don't have the bottom end, and you don't accelerate as well. And on this big, wide race course, that's really what you want, is the bottom end. You want to be able to get through the turns well, just squirt off that exit pin, and pull hard all the way to the next turn. And I think Dustin maybe has a little more gear, or maybe just a little bigger propeller than he needs right now. And they'll make some changes. They'll be better.
Boats, remember, have to sit at the dock, and a driver actually has to have a crew member with a hand on the boat at the 5-minute mark before they can take off. But just like that, John Walters, they are coming away from the dock, and that means we're inside the 5-minute mark to our Heat 2B, presented by Beacon Plumbing. Once again, let's run down who is going to come out on the water. And the first boat out is powder blue and white. It is the U1. It is the Miss Home Street. It is driven by rookie Dylan Runny. The boat you're looking at on the screen, for those of you on the live stream, the U9, the Beacon Plumbing with Corey Peabody. Nobody has solved the Corey Peabody puzzle yet. He's driving the white U9, Beacon Plumbing, Corey Peabody. The predominantly red Graham Trucking U12, driven by the rookie Bobby King. He is away and up on the race course. And joining him on the race course, I see he is pulled away from the Stan Sayers Memorial Pit area, the U60. The Beast, Unleashed, presents the Miss Driftway with Gunnar O'Farrell. The start of Heat 2B is 3 minutes and 50 seconds away, and Seafair reminds you that for your own safety and the safety of those around you, everyone must be out of the water when the hydroplanes are on the Ted Jones race course. So now it is time to get out of the water and enjoy the world's fastest race boats. John, I've been reading that script to make sure everybody's safe. What am I missing on the water?
Well, I think you're going to see Dylan make a real effort here to, get an inside lane and make a great start. He only finished 4th in that first heat there, so he's needing points. And, he dropped a few points to, the other boats there. And we're into the second round of heats here. Only a couple more chances to gather enough heats to get into the final. So I think he's going to make a real concerted effort here to get an inside lane, make a good start, and hopefully win first or second place here. Of course, there's 3 other boats out there that have different plans, and they don't think that they want him in that final heat. So they're going to work real hard to push him around and keep him outside there. So the rookie here in the 12. With Bobby King, he's got some learning to do. He's still learning the boat. He's still learning the race course. He's still learning these other drivers. And then Corey. Corey's got a pretty good handle on things right now. And like you say, he's kind of the main piece in this puzzle right now, and nobody's really figured that out. But I think they're going to pay real close attention to him, and hopefully, in their minds, they're thinking that they're going to be able to contain him and control him, not let him run away from him.
2 minutes and 20 seconds, 2:20 until the start of our Heat 2B, presented by Beacon Plumbing. Gunnar O'Farrell comes off the lower end of the race course. Behind him is Corey Peabody, and just entering the lower turn is the Miss Home Street, Dylan Runny. The boats are spread out on the backstretch right now for our Heat 2B, presented by Beacon Plumbing. Looking at the clock, 2 minutes. 2 minutes until the start of Heat 2B, presented by Beacon Plumbing. Top end of the race course, Bobby King. He surprised me, John, in that last heat because he moved to an inside lane, not the inside lane, but he went ahead and said, I'm going to come in here and mix it up with you guys. And he had a nice start. He had a good run in that first heat.
He did have a nice start, and like I say, he's no stranger to fast boats and having to race hard. So he's going to come down here a little bit early right now. It looks like he's going to cut across maybe, or at least he's slowing way down, trying to get an inside lane down here and be in that first turn with a minute left on the clock.
Yeah, well, what it looks like to me, if he can hold it off and he can keep his speed above 80 miles an hour and get down there, he's going to have an inside lane. He may have the inside lane. I think he's sitting tight to the buoy rail right now. A minute 10, 1:10 until the start, and it is. Bobby King is sitting in lane number 1. Oh, this could be a lot of fun.
This could be a good heat.
We are at 2 seconds, 1 second mark. 1 minute to our Heat 2B, presented to Seafair by Beacon Plumbing. And now, off the bottom end of the race course, Bobby King in the U12, the Graham Trucking, predominantly black, trimmed in red. He is on an inside lane. Next to him in lane number 2 is the U9, the Beacon Plumbing. That's Corey Peabody. He was a winner in his first heat. Then it is going to be Dylan Runny in the powder blue and white Miss Home Street. He's going to be in lane number 3. Look for Gunnar O'Farrell in the Beast Unleashed to drop back on the outside. He's way on the outside right now. He will drop back. He has to start 5 seconds behind the clock. I like where they are, John Walters. They were 20 seconds at the entrance pin to the corner. Look at King sitting in 1. I like it. Now, Dylan Runny, he's out in front of everybody, but he's not going to have a lot of boat speed. We are coming up inside 5 seconds. We are 3 seconds, 2, 1. Mark, it appears to be a very clean start. Corey Peabody's going to break the clock. It is a legal start, and he's going to get down to the corner first, but he's got Bobby King off to his left on the inside lane. Look for Corey to stick the white nose out first, and there he is, Corey Peabody. But he's got a left side rear view mirror full of Bobby King. I'm liking this rookie Bobby King, John.
Yeah, I definitely like Bobby. He comes from a long line of good boat racers. His dad, of course, being one of those. He's going to hang right in there. At this point in time, Corey's got enough overlap. He could take the lane, but I bet that he won't. He'll give him plenty of room down there. He's got boat speed on everybody right now. He made a great start leading these guys around the upper turn.
The boat you don't see is the Home Street, the Miss Home Street. He is on the outside. He is in 3rd position. You couldn't see him up the backstretch. Here comes Corey. 1 up, 1 down, 2 to go. Still got Bobby King on the inside. It's about a rooster tail lead for Corey Peabody. The race is going to be for 2nd place. Can Dylan Runny run down the rookie Bobby King on the inside? He's going to have to do it on a big race course, John.
He is, and there's a long ways around this race course, but Dylan's got the boat in a good lane right there. He's accelerating really hard. The boat comes off the turns, and he appears to have boat speed on Bobby when he gets to the other end there. But he runs out of straightaway just about the time that he gets in a position to make a move.
I'm telling you right now, Bobby King has closed up on Corey Peabody. He's only back by about 4, maybe 5 boat lengths, and he's got an inside lane. Bobby King is making a run out of this on the inside. King right on the buoy row. They're going to come off together. Peabody on the outside. King has taken the lead off the corner, and they're going to be side by side as they come down and put 2 in the books. Bobby King driving the daylights out of the Graham Trucking on the inside. He has moved away from Dylan Runny, who's dropped back in 3rd position. 3rd and final lap, lower into the race course. How do we do down here? Corey Peabody found some extra speed. He's opened up about 4 boat lengths. I'll tell you what, I don't know if King surprised Corey or not, but he made a run on that last straightaway.
It's hard to say exactly if maybe he snuck up on him there, but Corey's opened up a little bit of ground here. He's given Bobby enough room inside there. He's given him a lane in about a foot, so he's got to get in there and tighten up that radius.
Now we're back to keeping an eye on Dylan Runny in 3rd. I don't know if he can run down Bobby King. He's way on the outside, got a big race course to do it. But meanwhile, here comes the leader. Here comes our apparent winner of Heat 2B, presented by Beacon Plumbing. It is the Beacon Plumbing. Nobody has solved the Corey Peabody puzzle. The race for 2nd, it's a doozy, but it's Bobby King by 5 boat lengths over Dylan Runny on the home street. Holy cow, the rookie just keeps showing me more and more. Top end of the race course, here comes another rookie. We had 3 rookies in that particular heat. Didn't look like it. Looked like pretty good racing to me. Here comes Gunnar O'Farrell in the Beast. Unleashed presents Miss Ripley. I got excited about that one, John. That was kind of fun. I had a good time. Let's do that again.
Heat action for these, the fast flight. It looks like it's going to be Atlas Van Lines. Well, it's lane 1. It'll be Budweiser in lane 2. Lane 3 is the square on the outside, and here they come with 5 seconds to go, and it's going to be right on the money.
Beautiful shot start, Jim Hendrick. Jim Kropfeld on the money. He's in lane 2. Chip Hanauer in lane 1. Earl Hall on the outside as they dive into that first turn.
Lots of water as the Budweiser in lane 2. Comes off with corner number 2 right now. That's your leader. And the inside going to sneak up on him will be Chip Hanauer in the Atlas Van Lines. He's going to try to drag it down that back chute. Boy, they are really hauling about 180 miles an hour. There's our second place boat, the Atlas, in the rooster tail of the lead boat, the Budweiser, as they come on down now toward number 3. There you can see the difference. The blue boat is the Atlas on the inside. On the outside and leading by about 2 boat lengths is the Budweiser, our leader there. He hangs it on the hook. On the outside, skid fin and starts his angle of attack, keeps his RPMs up, hits a little rough water now, and now we'll shake it wide and loose, coming down a complete lap and a run, and this should be the fastest lap of the day right now, although we had over 130 last time, Sam. We'll have to keep the clock on it.
That's right, Jim Hendrick. Chip Hanauer on the inside, Jim Kropfeld on the outside. Kropfeld's up by about a half a second. That's about a boat length right now as they cross the line, and Jim Kropfeld is very little Chris Budweiser. Unofficially, I've got about a minute and 10 seconds for that lap. That's all it took them to get around 2.5 miles. A minute and 10 seconds, we'll have to wait for the time. This is a drag race, Jim. Kropfeld on the outside, Hanauer on the inside. And you know, everyone said all week here that the Atlas Van Lines was the quicker boat on the inside through the turns. But Jim Kropfeld has sure found the quickest way around this race course.
So far, as he comes down that back chute now, he's got about, well, there he's riding pretty smoothly there, and has about an 8 boat length lead now. And let's see if Chip Hanauer, who needs points, will try to catch up. He has no points to the 400 for the Budweiser. Well, we were wrong. It was not over the fastest lap today. 129.3, Sam, for the Budweiser.
That's right, Chip Hanauer and the Atlas Van Lines on the inside here. A new cockpit designing down inside the boat, seat belted in and everything. And Jimmy Kropfeld just pinched him in a little bit tighter there, Jim Hendrick. He's given him a little bit of a lesson.
This is the start of many, many heat actions of rivalry between these two top boats, to be sure. As they come down now to complete lap number 2, there's your leader, this Budweiser. Whoa! And a little out of shape there. Did the same thing in the Atlas Van Lines there, Jim. There seems to be a little bit of turbulence as they head into that starting line area. They both come up out of the water, but as they go through there, Hanauer's not giving up, Kropfeld's not giving ground, and it's going to be a shot up that backstretch. And now, right now, you see the Atlas Van Lines has closed some ground down the Budweiser as they hit the nitrous oxide button. That'll give him from 100 to 160 in 6 seconds. Now look at the Atlas Van Lines is on the inside, and he's getting a little light, Sam. The Atlas Van Lines getting a little light. He comes up on there as he comes in now. That's the Atlas Van Lines.
Chip Hanauer stuffing it in there, Jim Hendrick.
Yes, he knows. They have just 2 more laps to go. Boy, I'll tell you, he came up light on that nose, and I think he felt the fact that he did get up high. Our third place boat.
In third place is the Rich Plan Food Service and Ron Snyder. Hanauer on the inside, Kropfeld on the outside. Jim, they're going to drag it down here. Uh-oh, the Atlas Van Lines has slowed way down, and Chip Hanauer is bringing it to the inside of the race course.
Yes, he has another engine problem, and that'll give it all to Budweiser. Right now, Kropfeld does not know he's gone. The Atlas Van Lines is going dead in the water. He's going to the infield for the second time today. And Chip Hanauer, your national, world, and your overall Gold Cup winner last year, has had his problems today.
1982 was the Atlas theme. We'll push the Bud until she breaks. Well, 1983, the Bud's pushing the Atlas till she breaks. Jim Kropfeld's got a real smooth ride as he heads up the backstretch, and Ronnie Snyder's slipping in here for second place again in the Rich Plan Food Service.
Well, earlier today, we have a dejected man sitting on his boat once again for the second time. Chip Hanauer had high hopes earlier today. In the pit area, we had a chance to talk to him. After taking it all last year, everything there was, what do you hope to accomplish this year?
Well, you know, yesterday's home run doesn't win today's ball game, so it's a whole new game, and we'd like to go out and win the national championship again, and the Gold Cup and all those things, but like I said, it's a new year.
Where's your biggest competition coming from?
It's got to be the Budweiser. You know, they're a first-rate organization, they've got a lot of money, and they race very, very well, so it's got to be them.
Things have changed with your boat this year. I understand you're testing some new safety equipment.
that's something we're really excited about, is that I think this is going to do for boat racing maybe what the roll cage did for automobile racing, making a safer cockpit so that a driver can get a boat upside down and not suffer the grave consequences that we've had to in the past.
Are you going to be snug in that boat? Will you be able to come out?
Yeah, it's all in a quick release system, and if the boat were upside down, it's just a matter of pushing one button and I'm free.
Well, you know, when you come right down to it, earlier in that conversation, high hopes for Chip Hanauer, and so far today, nothing but dejection. The second time, he will not make the final heat. Here comes our winner. As he comes down, the checker flag is waiting. For the second straight time in a perfect afternoon so far, from Cincinnati, Ohio, and Bernie Little Smith Budweiser, here is the winner, Jim Kroppfeld.
And he gives everyone a wave there as he wins his second heat here for the day. That'll give him 800 points heading into that winner-take-all finale.
Our second place boat now coming off of corner number 4 will be for the second time today. Second place is the Budweiser from Piqua, Ohio, the boat out of Madison, Indiana. Ron Snyder and the Rich Plan Miss Madison.
And he's going to come in close here by the camera to give all our viewers at home a real show as he brings that boat in for the second time today in second place. That'll give him 600 points as he gives everyone at home a wave.
So the final order finish will be Miss Budweiser first, the Rich Plan Food Service second, the Squire Shop third. Atlas Van Lines did not finish, but all 4 do qualify because of the qualifying times earlier in the week to make the final. And we'll have to look forward to the next preliminary heat to see what 2 boats will advance to the final also. More action after this timeout. Back here in Missouri's Lake of the Ozarks, the first event for 1983 Thunderboats, Jim Hedrick along with Sam Cole. As our second flight makes its second appearance, this will be the final elimination heat of the day. And leading the pack up there, I believe it's the Executone, followed by Pure Delight. These 2 boats had a heck of a battle, Sam, last time out.
That's right, Jim. We're about 15 seconds away. Everybody's slowing down here. We're 10 seconds and 2 buoys. We may have a couple of guys jump the gun here if they don't back way off of it. It's Pure Delight on the inside, Executone on the outside, and let's see who's going to get it across. And there's the gun, and they're off.
It's almost like a drag boat start because they had to slow way down there way early. And by our rules of the Unlimited Commission of the American Barboat Association, if you cross that starting line before the clock goes completely black and the gun goes off, you're penalized an extra lap.
That's right, but we're hooking up again here, Jim. As you see, Bobby Howard and Miss Pure Delight head up the backstretch in the lead. Here comes George Johnson on the outside, and this is a heck of a race. It's Howard and the Pure Delight ahead. He just peeked ahead of Johnson there. Johnson on the Rooster Tail as they head up that backstretch, and this could be a replay of our last elimination heat between these 2 boats because the one with the most points here advances to that winner-take-all finale.
That's exactly right, and Miss Tosti with the rookie Todd Yelling is now in 3rd place as we go down to corner number 3. On the inside, both boats are just about painted identical, blue and white. And we can see the
Pure Delight there.
Pure Delight on the inside. That's Bobby Howard, who entered our sport of Unlimiteds a couple of years ago. He now has about, Miss Executone's about 4 boat lengths off the pace, and about another 12 boat lengths back is Todd Yelling in the Miss Tosti. It looks like the Pure Delight slowed down off of corner number 4. That gave the Executone with George Johnson a chance to make up a couple of boat lengths, and now they're coming down for the completion of lap number 105. And the winner of this one should advance into the final. But then again, we'll have to think about that. Well, here goes George Johnson. He's taking over the lead. There's fire coming out. Fire coming out of our now number 2 place boat, and there he goes inside the course, with fire belching out of his carburetors just behind his helmet. And into the infield goes Miss Pure Delight, and it'll be all George Johnson. If he can keep it together, he's on his way to the bank, and he will qualify for today's final. Moving into 2nd place now is the Tosti with the rookie Todd Yelling. As George Johnson goes down the back chute now with a comfortable lead, and almost assured if he can keep it going to get into the final at 106.7 mile an hour. There's your Tosti, your 2nd place boat. Anyway, 106.7 mile an hour was the first lap for George Johnson Executone. We had a chance to talk to him before today's race down in the pit area about this being the start of a second full season in Unlimiteds. George, starting your second full year now, the Executone team has come right along. How do you see the season?
Well, we're looking for a good one. We hope to make the whole circuit this year. We're going to try anyway.
George, whatever happened, what were the facts behind the accident where did you lose your rudder in Seattle and then cut across the infield?
The steering actually broke. We raised the boat and just to, prove that fact that it did break. We thought about leaving it down there, but
Well, now the boat you're riding today is the one that sank.
yeah, that's the same boat. Same boat, right? The first time we had it out was yesterday since it sunk. So Kelson rebuilt it there in Seattle for us. Did a real good job on it.
I saw the whole bottom of the boat go up on its side. I thought, where is he going? And I bet you thought the same thing.
I was wondering the same thing.
Well, a period of frustration right now for Bobby Howard from Cape Coral, Florida. His pure delight. He's signaling the towboat, please come in and get me home.
It's starting to sink, Jim.
Is it starting to
Yeah,
sink?
you see the tail going down?
Oh my gosh, he needs help right away. The tail is going down. He's taking on water. And here comes our victor for the second straight time today in flight to George Johnson in the Executive, who we just talked to just moments earlier. So he will advance to the final heat. There's the checker flag for the Executive. George Johnson. Second place will go to the rookie, Todd Garley. It is Miss Tosti Osti. And a towboat is on the way to Bobby Howard in the Pure Delight.
Hard-working hands need hard-working skills.
Again, we've got the Atlas Van Lines and Chip Hanauer, the Squire Shop with rookie Earl Hall aboard, the Richland Food Service with Ron Snyder, the Miss Budweiser and Jim Kropfeld, and the Miss Tosti Osti and Todd Yarling, the Executone, not making the field.
And the two favorites would have to be Miss Budweiser with Jim Kropfeld and the Atlas Van Lines with Chip Hanauer, who battled all day long. Right now, a lot of water being plowed by the Budweiser. Whoa! The Budweiser's just hooked in the inside flame that's coming out of the top of the engine. Sam, put your glasses on it. He's got a lot of problems.
Jim, we're about 30 seconds away from the start. Richland Madison on the outside coming around here. The Budweiser fire shooting out of that engine. But right now, let's put our attention back as Ron Snyder's got this start wired, Jim Hendrick.
Ron Snyder's coming up all by himself right now. He's got those, as you say, the start wired. There's the starting gun, and here comes Ron Snyder in the Richland Miss Madison, and he's on his way to the bank with a good lead. And the other player, and that was their line, is getting back in fourth.
Jim, the community-owned Miss Madison Richland Food Service on the field in the lead. Second place is Tosti Osti and Todd Yarling. Jim Tosti Osti second. There's the Miss Budweiser.
She's still burning the heat. I think he overloaded it. He overloaded it. He's got a stack car. I don't think he's in any danger as we pick up our leader now. In lap number 1 of 5, the Richland Miss Madison, Ron Snyder from Pictou, Ohio, the boat representing the community of Madison, Indiana, where we'll race along about the 3rd of July. Now on his way to the bank, down the back chute, and toward corner number 3, with about a 10-second lead over the rest of the field.
Jim, Ron Snyder had that start wide from the beginning, and if it wasn't that turn, he was ahead of everyone else. Chip Hanauer giving chase. He's in second place right now after going by the Miss Tosti Osti in the backstretch over there. But here's Ronnie Snyder bringing the Richland Food Service around turn number 4.
He also passed Earl Hall, the rookie, in the Square Shop to take over second, and he's going to set his sights on the leader right here. He's coming down to complete lap number 1 in the Richland Miss Madison, getting a little bump through some slop as he comes down to complete lap number 1, and in Ron Snyder.
And here comes Chip Hanauer in the Atlas Van Lines field. He's about 9 seconds behind right now. Ron Snyder's first lap, by the way, 122.951. Hanauer 9 seconds behind Snyder in turn number 2.
Snyder's coming off of turn number 2. And he's trying to look it over his shoulder.
Jim, they did a lot of work to that boat this past winter. It came out here, was the first boat on the water here in the state of Missouri, and it was the fastest boat the first day. Chip Hanauer on the Atlas Van Lines getting things, shaking it loose, but here's Ron Snyder. He's fixing his goggles as he goes up there, and there's Jimmy Kropfeld and Miss Budweiser, and you know, he's got to be dejected.
Yeah, he's going to watch the rest of the parade go by now. He had 2 perfect days, 2 perfect heats earlier today, great effort twice. And he was the favorite along the Atlas Van Lines. And Ron Snyder, by the way, a former Budweiser driver, his last win was in this Budweiser back in the late 70s, and he can keep it all together. In the engine room today, he'll come home the winner as he heads down now to complete lap number 2.
And as we watch him come down here, Jim, Chip Hanauer is giving chase in the Atlas Van Lines. Last lap he was 9 seconds ahead. Let's put the watch on him and we'll get the split as he crosses the starting line here. Ron Snyder out for the Richland Food Service.
Those are turbocharged Allisons.
Here's Chip Hanauer, Jim. He's cut it back to about 8.5 seconds here on his second lap here. 8.5 seconds. He's gaining ground on Ron Snyder. Snyder's lap speed that time, 117.647. So he lost 5 miles an hour in the Richland, but he's still got an 8.5 second lead over the Atlas Van Lines.
Well, the Atlas Van Lines is going to have to make up the middle room. 1.5 seconds for a match, or he'll never catch Madison, who's now down the back chute halfway through lap number 3.
And Jim, as he goes up that backstretch, our fans at home are going to see him wiping his goggles. There's oil coming out of the engine. I don't know if they have mechanical problems at this point in time, but as he goes up there, each time he wipes off his goggles, and it could be he's getting oil all over himself, and right now he's got everybody cheering for him around this beautiful Lake of the Ozarks course.
As we pick up our number 3 boat, that is the Square Shop. Out of West Virginia, he's a rookie, right?
That's Earl Hall aboard Bob Style Squire Shop. His first race in an unlimited rider plate. Here comes Ronnie Snyder in the Richland Food Service. But here comes Chip Hanauer, Jim. We'll put the split on it and see how far a lead he has over the Atlas Van Lines, because each time around here, Atlas has creeped up just a little bit, but Mr. Snyder has the smooth water here this afternoon.
Right now, Ronnie Snyder has 2 more laps to go. He can hang on in the engine housing. He can be a surprise winner here today.
Chip Hanauer crosses the starting line, Jim. He's cut that lead now down to 6.5 seconds. Snyder into that turn. Snyder losing speed each lap. 1:14.796. We're setting things up for a fantastic finish here on Lake of the Ozarks, because here comes Mr. Hanauer, and this is the first time we've been able to see him in Snyder's rooster tail.
He's coming up fast now as Ronnie Snyder. Evidently, don't you go, oh, look at this! For the 3rd time today, an engine problem in the Atlas Van Lines. Holy cow! You talk about drama. That's the 2 top boats knocked off. 1 before the race starts and 1 before it's over.
But remember this, Ron Snyder doesn't know Mr. Hanauer's not back there anymore. As he goes up that backstretch, he still thinks he's there. And as he came out of the turn again, Jim, he was wiping his goggles. We don't know if anything's wrong, but normally when they do that, they're getting oil all over themselves.
There's the Budweiser driver, Jim Cropfeld, watching now. And I wonder what he's thinking now that he knows the Atlas Van Lines is down. And Ron Snyder and the Winter Landis Medicine's in the lead.
Again, as Ron Snyder comes down here, we're watching him as he goes by here. He's slowed down considerably. Let's see what happens when he comes across here, Jim. But he's slowed down considerably, but he's still got the green water out there. Ronnie last won a race, by the way, back in 1978, Tri-Cities, Washington. And last year, he was our number 4 boat in national high points in this same hall.
Well, he's a veteran. He's getting a good ride today. There's the Atlas Van Lines driver, Chip Hanauer, climbing out of his boat for the 3rd time today. 0 points. Has to be disappointing, but it's going to be a long season. And now Ron Snyder in the Rich Plan Miss Madison, coming off the apex of quarters number 1 and 2. About 3/4 of a lap to go, and this man will be a happy man, as will the fans of the Rich Plan Miss Madison around the country today.
Jimmy slowed down considerably on that last lap, 102.975. Here's Earl Wall place right now aboard Bob Style Squire Shop. Ronnie Snyder lost 12 miles an hour on that lap, Jim, down to 102.9. Maybe he thinks he's got it in the bank. Did you see him give Chip Hanauer a look as he went by? Right now, he's heading up the backstretch, and he's going to overtake Todd Yarling in the Miss Tostiasti.
I'll tell you this right now, and he has seen Chip Hanauer. He knows he's got a big lead. He's got to be hearing engine gremlins, or perhaps he really has a problem and is hoping it will not plague him until he takes the checker flag.
Well, let's watch as he goes through here. He's not taking any chances right now. You know, they talk about those last lap gremlins. Uh-oh, him and Mr. Yarling got just a little bit close there, but Ronnie Snyder brings it around turn 4 and heads for home.
A checker flag is waiting as Ron Snyder from Piqua, Ohio, in the Rich Plan Miss Madison, comes down to take the checker flag to win the Missouri Governor's Cup. The first race of the 1983 Thunderbolt season. There's the checker flag. No matter what happens now, he's the winner, Sam. And he gives away
smoke. That's right. Look at that wave. He's got to be happy, and so are 14,500 citizens of Madison, Indiana, my hometown.
Well, you know, second place will go to this man, a rookie from West Virginia, as we said.
Earl Hall aboard Bob Style Squire Shop. A good outing for him, and the rookie Todd Yarling takes a 3rd place finish here also today.
So 2 out of 3 are rookies.
That's right, Jim, and 4th place will go today to Chip Hanauer in the Atlas Van Lines, while Jim Cropfeld and the Miss Budweiser will be in overall 5th.
Well,
natives.
It's Stroh's Thunderfest 83, a day of unlimited hydroplane racing. Brought to you by Dutch Boy Paint. When Dutch Boy goes on, the value goes up. And by Quaker State. Today, you need a motor oil this good. but this week it's been all business. The river has come alive to the scream of high-powered engines propelling sleek racing crafts at speeds over 200 miles an hour. Hello, everyone. I'm Ed Dubrow, and you can tell by my face it's been a hot week in Detroit, and so has the competition. With me today is Unlimited driver and boat builder Tom Deep. And Tom, this has been a week to satisfy any speed freak or boating enthusiast.
It certainly has, Ed. We've had the offshore races earlier this week, in which a world record was set. Earlier today, we had the Grand Prix. They put on one heck of a show. And now we're waiting for the championship heat, the Unlimited hydroplanes here in the spirit of Detroit.
Tom, you won the prestigious Gold Cup here in '76. And to a man, and especially today, they say this is the toughest of all courses you guys drive on.
It certainly is, Ed. This is one of the tougher courses because of the rough water here in Detroit. We've got seawalls that dot the shoreline, which the wakes ricochet off of and go back onto the race course. We have the Belle Isle turn, of course, the fastest straightaway in the Unlimited history, the Belle Isle bathing beach. Then you come up onto the Detroit Yacht Club docks where the boats are rocking back and forth, creating more wakes and causing more rough water. Then as you're exiting the Rooster Tail turn, looking straight on the driver's face is a concrete seawall.
Well, they call it the Indy 500 of water racing, and there's already a record crowd on hand, and we're getting set for today's championship race. For the championship race, we've got highlights of qualifying races run earlier today. Jim Kropfeld in the Budweiser took this heat, averaging just under 122 miles per hour over defending championship Hanover in the blue and white Atlas. 5 boats have earned a spot in the winner-take-all finale. Jim Kropfeld by winning this heat, Chip Hanover by winning qualifying Heat 2A, Miss Richplan with veteran Ron Snyder, Executone with George Johnson winning Heat 2B, and rookie Earl Hall in the Squire Shop, winner of the semifinal. While you watch the pre-race favorites, Hanover and Kropfeld have at it. I'll bring you up to date. One unfortunate accident during qualifying, the Dobson mover crashed and sank. Driver John Petty of Madison, Indiana suffered only minor bruises. So far today, 10 of these high-powered beauties have run 4 qualifying heats and a semifinal, and what a show they put on. I'd like you to meet the 5 other drivers that raced today.
Hi, I'm Bobby Howard from Cape Coral, Florida. I drive the Miss Trudy White.
Hi, I'm Calder Irvin from Miami, Florida, and I drive the Miss Reno. Hi, I'm Terry Turner. I drive Team 5, and I'm from Pomona, California.
Hi, I'm Fred Leland. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I drive the Speedy Printing U40.
Hello, I'm Todd Jarling from Madison, Indiana, and I drive the Miss Passiosity Unlimited Hydroplane.
As you can tell from watching this race taped earlier, the water is very rough. Several of the boats have suffered damage. The Atlas crew is repairing a hole in the hull. A strut brace on the Squire is being fixed. The Miss Richplan crew is busy repairing damage suffered in a minor collision when driver Ron Snyder and Chip Hanover banged together working their way to the start. In Bill Munsey Park in Detroit, Michigan. The boats are on the course. Let's meet the drivers involved in this championship race.
Hi, I'm Chip Hanover from Seattle, Washington, and I drive the Alabama line.
Hi, my name is Jim Kropfeld from Cincinnati, Ohio. I drive the Miss Budweiser.
I'm Ron Snyder from Cicero, Ohio. I drive the D Richplan Food Service Company.
Hello, I'm Earl Hall from Hampton, Virginia. I drive the U2 Squire Shop.
Hi, I'm George Johnson from Seattle, Washington, the driver of the Executone boat, the U8.
Drivers have started to mill for position. We're waiting for that 1-minute gun. Tom, you've been there. What's it like?
Well, it's strictly business in the cockpit right now from a driver's standpoint. You're concentrating on your start, jockeying for position, and one of the things that's going to make it more difficult is the fact that the wind is picked up here on the Detroit River, and there's now a lot of ground swells, a lot of white capping down by the Belle Isle Bridge.
Well, we have less than a minute to go. The boats are building to race speeds. Tom's always talking about the importance of the start. Let's hear what defending champion Chip Hanover has to say.
The start is probably the most crucial part of the race. The object is to get the inside and hit the starting line with as much speed as you possibly can. I would say the guy who gets the jump at the start is probably going to be the winner of the race.
5 hydroplanes on this treacherous 3-mile Crofeld has to settle for lane 3, and Earl Hall is outside. George Johnson seems to be slightly off the pace.
I think Jim Crofeld jumped the gun. He was awful early on the start.
Well, Chip Hanauer might have been right on the money on the jump, too. Now, Hanauer may be just a little anxious because he jumped the gun earlier today, and no one knows. Wait, there's the official signal to the drivers that someone has jumped the gun, but they won't be able to see that until the next time around. So Hanauer really doesn't know.
That's right. He's got to be concerned at this point because he pressed the clock awful closely. And you can see the rough water in the Detroit Belle Isle turn there.
I've got the official word now. It was Jim Crofeld. He was the guilty party at the starting line, but Chip Hanauer doesn't know that.
Well, Chip isn't going to find out until he comes around to the start-finish line, but he's still going to run this race like all the marbles on the table.
But Chip doesn't know it yet, but he's in the driver's seat. And I understand that Jim Lucero took a big gamble just prior to the race, changed everything on the boat.
Well, they had to make some changes to get the boat to handle better because of the fact that the wind was kicking up and the water conditions were worsening. The boat seems to be working perfectly now. It's heading down towards the strikeout track.
Well, Jim Crofeld knows he jumped the gun. He's got to get on it.
He's definitely got to get on it. He's got to try and unlap himself so he can get those most valuable national points.
I think we should explain right here that Crofeld, who jumped the gun, automatically has penalized the lap, even though it looks like he's in second place. He is really in last place, and right now Earl Hall is in second place. You see them coming through the Roosevelt turn. Crofeld deliberately used the short course. This is his first time winning this race, but he won the Grand Prix Championship here in 81 and 82.
Yes, he did, and he's going to need all that experience right now because the square shot is coming up along the outside. And you can see that Jim's looking over. He's going to get on the nitrous button and he's going to try and pull away to get ahead of Earl.
But there is your leader right now, Chip Hanauer. 28 years old, a bachelor, the defending national champion, fulfilling a boyhood dream, graduate of Washington State and a former teacher before he got involved in unlimited hydroplane racing. And look at that average speed, over 115 miles an hour. Tom, that's tremendous.
That's incredible because the river is really kicked up, the wind is blowing. Look at the Atlas pounding through the Belle Isle turn, and in order to run that 115 miles an hour average, as slow as he has to go in the corners, he must be getting close to 165, 170 on the backstretch over there while the Belle Isle being inside.
Well, you know, when you're being bounced around in that cockpit, whoa, wait a minute, we have our first casualty down. The first casualty of the race is the squire shot. Earl Hall is pulling down on the backstretch.
It's Earl Hall, and he's out for the day. And the Atlas van lines, though, seems to be running just like it's supposed to and coming down the backstretch.
I would imagine that right now Chip Hanauer and his crew has to be very happy with the way the boat is running, but Jim Crofeld certainly is not going to give up, and I don't think Chip is going to come off the throttle that much.
Not at all. He just looked over his shoulder. He saw where he was on the race course, and he knows he's got a comfortable lead now, so he can probably back it down just a little bit and conserve the boat.